boot up on YouTube right now.
Okay, who you got, Reverend?
Good morning. Review.
Yeah.
Stand in for Mr. Farmer.
What's going on with him?
Okay.
Supposed to get off today, but
All right. Who keeps saying good morning?
Morning, Your Honor. Bradfield.
Oh.
Okay,
I can't-
all right, Judge. Stand it for you.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, Judge. Hold on a second.
oh, okay, sure.
I want you to Terry, GAJEWSKI, breakout room 1.
No, wait a minute. Hold on just a second. What was Mr. Bradfield? Who are you here for?
Last name is Griffin.
Okay, Miss Griffin hasn't spoken with the House Counsel yet. I don't know.
The person hasn't complied. We're just looking for an adjourned date.
Well, hold on just a moment. Y'all getting ahead of me. All right, well, we'll call her case and see what Mr. Chiedo, where's Miss Griffin? Miss Griffin, where are you? She was on here. Oh, there she is. All right, this is on the record. We are live, zooming in from Detroit, Michigan, 36th District Court. This is Judge Deborah Lewis Langston in courtroom 434. If your name does not, last name does not start with G, L, or O, you're in the wrong courtroom. Okay. All right, let's call the first person on our list this morning, People versus Lalanya Griffin on file SP 9920702 et al. Ms. Griffin has 3 matters set for review this morning: open alcohol, drunk driving, and child endangerment. And Ms. Griffin, where are you, ma'am?
Right here.
All right, place your name on the record, please.
Lalanya Griffin.
Okay. And for Ms. Griffin?
Ali Cheeto P77614 on behalf of Ms. Griffin.
And for the probation department?
Good morning, Your Honor. Jerry Bradfield, appearing on behalf of probation, standing in for Officer of Record, Derek Farmer.
All right, this is set for review, and the clerk was trying to explain something else was happening with this.
Go ahead, Bradfield.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Griffin has been placed on. Yes, Ms. Griffin has been on probation now since July 31st, 2019. Today was supposed to have been her date to be possibly discharged. However, she has paid all of her fines and costs in full on September 15, 2020. Her drug screens have not been what we would have liked. She's been missing several screens without court. She's dropping at Jams, Detroit, and she's been missing several screens. She worked a test monthly. She missed November the 4th. She tested positive for alcohol on November the 5th, 2020. She didn't test on December 3rd. She did not test on January 19th. She did not test on February 13th, 2021. She tested positive. February 16th, it was positive for adulterants. She was trying to flush her system out with something, I'm not sure.
She was positive for what, Mr. Bradfield?
She was positive for adulterants.
Okay.
Yes. The other conditions have been met. The victims impact panel, highway safety, she did do outpatient treatment. Those conditions have been met. Her urinalysis has not been up to par. And we'd like her to continue testing to ensure that she gets clean.
Doesn't sound like she's trying to get clean to me. Now, Mr. Cheeto, this is the first I'm hearing of this. And so you haven't had a chance to speak with Ms. Griffin.
No, I have not, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Griffin, did you want to speak on your own behalf, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor. As far as missed tests, you know, at jams is random, and so I have a 5-year-old. I'm on the bus, and I don't have money. Sometimes I would call in the morning, and I will go to like the next day when I have the money and the babysitter. But I have been testing every month. I have it proof on my phone. And so it may not be a couple of times on that day. And as far as the month of January, I called every day and I have proof on my phone. They did not call. They did not say I was required to test, not one day in January.
Well, what happened in February when you tested and your urine sample was diluted?
Well, only thing I can say, I'm on a dietary supplement. And so I don't know. I wasn't purposely trying to dilute it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then you tested positive for alcohol in November. Yeah, you missed your screening November the 4th, and the next day you tested positive for alcohol. So maybe you thought the alcohol was out of your system by then, Ms. Griffin. That's what I'm thinking. You've been drinking, you said, I'm supposed to test today. It'll be gone by tomorrow. I'll test tomorrow. Voila, it's still there. Ms. Griffin, it doesn't appear there on its own. You have to ingest, you have to drink. So you are still drinking. You got a 5-year-old, you're already charged with child endangerment. The other open alcohol in a motor vehicle. I don't remember the exact facts of this case, but I'm just looking at the charges. So I'm going to assume you had a child in the car. Maybe that child wasn't strapped in and you had a open alcohol and you were driving drunk. So don't hide behind your 5-year-old because you're the one putting that 5-year-old in danger. You, nobody else but you. And now you're full of excuses. I'm on a dietary supplement. I don't have bus fare. I got a 5-year. You know when you're supposed to drop. Is this a random drop, Mr. Bradfield?
Yes, it is a random drop.
How much notice did she get?
She's supposed to call every day, and they will let her know whether or not she is testing that day.
So
Her color is orange.
So when you call, they say the color orange is testing today or testing tomorrow or what?
She's supposed to call every day, and they will let her know whether or not she is to come in for a screen.
How does that work, Ms. Griffin? You call and what happens?
I call every day at 5 o'clock, between 5 and 6 o'clock, and I have either I go in for testing between 7 and 10, or the afternoon between 4:30 and 7.
Well, how do you know you have to go?
When I call in, it says, do not test today, or you're required to test today.
All right, so it's real simple, real simple. You don't have to speak to anybody. Is it recorded a notice?
Yes.
So what are you talking about? I couldn't talk to anybody. See, now what you're saying doesn't make any sense. I called every day and couldn't get through. Well, what do you mean you couldn't get through? You couldn't get the message?
No, Your Honor, I didn't say I couldn't get through. I called in the month of January every day, and it's proof on my phone, and it said, do not test today.
Well, he said you were supposed to test on January 19th and you didn't. You got no December 3rd. The last you tested positive on November the 5th. Then on December the 3rd, you didn't show up. On January 19th, you didn't show up. On February 13th, you didn't show up. And when you showed up on the 16th of February, 3 days after you were to test, there was proof that you were using dilutants, and you saying, well, I'm on a dietary supplement, but that's not it. What dietary supplement are you on, Ms. Griffin?
I can't think of the name of it right now.
Okay.
I had gained over 40 pounds in the last few months, and I was considered obese. That's why. But I have tested every month. And this month, the test was, when I called, it was on a Saturday. And I go to the one that's in Roseville, and they're not open on Saturdays and Sundays.
Well, they got you down for Saturday, November 13th as a no-show.
And then
and then you came in on, let's see, the Valentine's was Sunday. You came in on the following Tuesday and you tested with proof that you were using dilutants. So I'm sure they told you about what not to drink or eat to show that. I'm sure they gave you the instructions, Miss Griffin. So don't sit here and play dumb with me, ma'am, please. You insult my intelligence and yours. Those people know their business. They know what they've been doing it for years. We've been sending people there for years. They give you the instructions about what you can and can't eat, what will happen if you drink this or that or the other. So Miss Griffin, you are trying to hide the fact that you're still drinking, and you tested positive on November the 5th. Ma'am, you are still drinking. The programs I sent you to have not worked for you. Maybe you have increased knowledge about alcoholism, but thus far you haven't acted upon it. You are still drinking. That's why you're gaining the weight. The pandemic weight just multiplies when you drink. Can I get an amen from some of y'all fat people out there? Come on. Raise my hand, okay? I got a hand raised. Everybody's putting on pandemic pounds. So I want to hear that. You are still drinking, ma'am. You put you and your 5-year-old's life in danger. We only talk about the general public. So, and you haven't complied. So you've done all the programs. You're doing all the programs. At least you're doing that, but alcohol still got you. Once you're an alcoholic, Miss Griffin, you're always alcoholic. Alcohol is always going to dog your heels. It's never going to let up. It's never going to give you a day of peace until you make peace with it. And you haven't made peace with it yet. You're still fighting and it's still winning. This is one, either you win 100% or you lose 100%. There's no in between. You can't take this. Well, I can have a drink today. I'm feeling pretty good today. I don't have nowhere to go. Then boom, the kid's got to go to the hospital because he tried to cut half his hand off. You got to drive. Boom, your mama called and said she's out of her pills and she feels lightheaded. You got to go get the pills. So, you can't predict. Alcohol don't care. It's like that commercial about shingles. Alcohol don't care. Shingles don't care. They'll get you any way it can. And you seem very compliant, Miss Griffin. You're full of excuses this morning, and I'm not going for it. So I'm going to extend your probation because you haven't dealt with it yet. You could have been off. You should have been off in July of last year. Did I put on probation for a year, Mr. Bradfield? Mr. Bradfield? If you're speaking, I can't hear you. Your lips are moving, but I can't hear you, Mr. Bradfield.
Can you hear me now, Judge?
Yes,
Yeah,
now.
they were muted.
Okay, yes, it was a 12-month probation term, Judge.
So why wasn't she off in July of last year?
She was not off because Mr. Farmer brought her back to court on a violation due to the fact that she tested positive on January 20th, 2020 for alcohol, as well as March the 9th, 2020. And she was given a chance last July to straighten up and to comply and come back to court today, which she's failed to do.
All right, so Ms. Griffin has continued drinking throughout this whole process, even though she's gone to the Alcohol Highway Safety Education Program and the VIP and outpatient and all of that. Ms. Griffin, are you still going to outpatient?
No.
Okay, well, you need to. Was she ordered to go to AA?
Only for 3 months, Judge.
All right, well, now, Ms. Griffin, I see that's really not enough for you. How old are you, ma'am?
48.
Okay, and how old is that baby now? How old is he?
5.
5, okay. Do you live alone with your 5-year-old?
No, I stay with a relative.
Okay. Mr. Bradfield, what's the recommendation of the probation department?
Your Honor, we recommend that Ms. Griffin's probation be extended in order for her to continue to drug screen with positive screens and resume back going to AA meetings twice a week.
You sleep on the charge. That's why you need to stop sleeping on the charge. It must have been.
No, I'm going to extend Miss. Who's talking?
I don't know.
I'm going to extend Ms. Griffin's probation for a year. She hasn't gotten this problem under control yet, Ms. Griffin. You haven't gotten it under control, and you know it. You know it. So I'm going to extend her probation a year. She will continue to drug screen, but I'm going to require her to go to AA 3 times a week for the next year while she's on probation. Ms. Griffin, if you miss the next drug screening, I'll bring you back here. We'll have another hearing. If I find you guilty, I'm going to send an officer out to arrest you. Any questions about that? For probation violation. This is real. This is not, I'm not playing this COVID going on, but I still send people to jail.
Where am I supposed to attend AA meetings?
Online.
You say 3 times a week for a year?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You need it. I don't need it, Miss Griffin. You need it. You know who else needs it? Your 5-year-old child needs it. But you need it most of all. Yeah, AA. You done all the other stuff, it hasn't stuck. And then you skip getting your test. You come in the next day thinking you're okay. We got very sophisticated tests. Very sophisticated, more sophisticated than you or I, Miss Griffin. All right, so extend the probation for 1 year, continue the drug screening through JAMS. Don't miss your drug screenings, Miss Griffin. And AA 3 times a week.
Your Honor,
Yes.
on the SP tickets, they're running concurrent with the Z ticket. So should I close those on out?
The child endangerment and the open, they weren't dismissed at sentencing?
One's already
They
closed.
are dismissed at sentencing.
Well, whoever the clerk is, they didn't. But the one ending in 702, there's a fee still owing of $65.
All right, Miss Griffin, you need to pay that $65 fee.
The other SP ticket is closed.
Yep.
And it's
Yeah,
701.
and close the other. Miss Griffin, let me give you a word. Let me tell you something. I've dealt with a lot of alcoholics over the 32 years I've been a judge. And I'm gonna tell you something. The ones that have successfully dealt with it, when they come back now, not a whole lot of people come back and say, Judge, thank you for doing, most people don't come back and say thank you. Although if you're a Christian, you know that it's biblical. Jesus healed 10 lepers and only 1 came back and said thank you. And Jesus asked him, where's the other 9? So that means that saying thank you is biblical, that it's required. Now, the people that have come back, but my little drunk drivers that come back and told me, Judge, I beat it. I got over it. I said, well, how'd you do that? I already know the answer because everybody tells me the same thing, Ms. Griffin. They've never, ever said anything differently. They weren't able to get over this alcoholism or whatever drug had them until they decided to give it up in their head and get spiritual about it. Now, maybe you're Muslim, maybe you're a Hindu, I don't know what you are. Maybe you're Christian. But until you get spiritual with this thing, because you're not fighting a battle against alcoholism, you're fighting a battle against evil. Because for you, alcohol is evil. Some people can have a drink, never bothers them. They never get in their car and drive or have 6 or 7 at a time and get out of control. But for you, Ms. Griffin, you can't do that. So until you make up your mind to stop trying to beat this yourself because you can't, it's not in your DNA. You're never going to successfully deal with alcohol until you decide, I can't do this on my own. I need help. I need to let God do this for me. And I'll cooperate with him or her or whoever you believe in, but you got to believe in somebody higher than you to get over this, Ms. Griffin. That's what everybody who's ever come back, that's what they told me. So I'm just passing that along for you. You can use it, you can disregard it if you like. It's okay. I'm just passing it along. It's just information. FYI. And maybe you know that and you don't, and you're struggling with that. Don't struggle against it. Give into it. Just like you give into the alcohol, you say, oh, screw it. I'm going to have a beer. I'm going to have a drink. Give into it. Like, I can't handle this. I know I can. I've tried. I took the classes. I did with it. And here I am on the brink of going to jail. And what's going to happen to my 5-year-old? Who is that relative you stand with going to take care of him or her while you do 93 days in the Wayne County jail? Are they going to suffer emotional trauma because mama is gone? They going to think it's their fault, as most kids do. Remember when you were little, it's hard for us to think how we used to think when we were little. Whenever something went bad, we automatically blamed it on ourselves because we didn't know any better. Do you want your child going through that, Miss Griffin? Don't
No.
be selfish. You're being selfish, totally. Now, if you don't stop being selfish, you're going to end up in jail. Period. Do I make myself clear?
Yes.
Ms. Griffin, if you got to borrow the money, you got to call Uber, Lyft, beg, borrow, don't steal. To get to Jams, then you better be prepared. Whatever source of money you need to put some aside for bus fare, because you know you got to go. Ms. Griffin, do you have anything you want to say on your behalf, ma'am?
No. Do you think a year is another year is I mean, this is my first time ever getting into a situation like this. And it's like, oh, that'll be like 2 years.
That's right, Ms. Griffin. It should have been over last July, but you did not comply. It should have been over July 2020. And here we are going on July 2021, and you still have not complied. So if you want to blame somebody, kick yourself, because you're the one. You're to blame, Ms. Griffin. You keep testing positive, you keep missing your dates, you haven't paid all your fines and costs. So if you want this to be over, straighten up and get your head out of the sand and start dealing with reality. The reality, Ms. Griffin, you're an alcoholic, you drink and drive, and maybe this is the first time you got caught, but I bet you, I guarantee it wasn't the first time you drank and drive. And it might not have been the last time. The problem was you had your child in the car with you, drinking and driving, and open alcohol in the car. And you, how old, ma'am?
48.
48 years old. 48, where's the judgment? It's gone. There isn't any, because that alcohol has driven it out of your head. So, no, this is fair. This is just. And be glad I'm not ordering you to report to the Wayne County Jail Monday morning because you're in violation. Ms. Griffin, anything else you want to say that might help your case?
No, I just think I was just trying my best. I was doing the best I can.
Ms. Griffin, you're going to have to do much better or you're going to end up in jail, ma'am. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, and you said, oh, fines and fees. What all do I owe now?
I think the clerk said you owe $65 on that child endangerment charge. Now you need to get that paid, Ms. Griffin, and then you need to call the probation department, Mr. Bradfield. We're going to extend her probation, as I indicated, for a year.
Yes, Judge.
She's to do AA 3 times a week because doing it twice for the 3 months didn't stick. You need to hear some more messages, okay? And continue the drug screening. Everything else she's complied with, is that correct?
That is correct, Judge.
Okay, all right.
If I may, will she be only dropping once a month, or will she receive any type of oversight fee?
No, she's to continue the random dropping.
Okay, once a month?
Was that what she was doing before?
Yes.
And then she would just call and they would tell her what day to come in?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, we'll continue that. Ms. Griffin, you could have had this behind you last July, ma'am. You bought this on yourself. And yourself is dealing with it, you and your family. Now you want to bring more hardship on your family, keep drinking. You're going to bring more hardship than you ever imagined. Okay, all right, we're all done, Ms. Griffin. Call the probation department, ma'am. They'll give you your new instructions, all right? Good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bradfield. All right, let's, then I have some other people who are here for review. Matthew Guzik.
Your Honor, he has a PSI report. I think I need to review with them.
Okay, all right, this is People versus Matthew Guzik, file Z 8059461. He's here for sentencing and Mr. Clerk, you said is there a pre-sentence reporting for the defendant?
Let me check in the files.
Mr. Goss, is Mr. Goss gone? Did I put him in the room with the retained counsel? Let me take a look.
I don't see a report. I have to check into it, Judge.
Okay, all right, Mr. Clerk, let's do the names. I was trying to get my reviews out of here, but the other two, I believe, have retained counsel. Is Amber Lucas here? Didn't I see her sign?
Yeah, I'm here, Your Honor.
Okay, let me see.
Your Honor.
Okay, all right, let's put some people in the breakout room. Let's start at the top. Terry
Judge,
Grzeszewski. Yeah.
Judge, can I give you the names who I need to go in the breakout room? I already sent recommendations accordingly.
All right, all right, let's start at the top. Terry Grzeszewski, he's at the top of the list.
No. I have starting with Cherry Gawiski, G-A.
Lewis, I just said that name. He's
Mr. Bruce, I'm in a meeting. Hello?
Oh my God.
G,
Yeah,
please
please,
be quiet.
everything in the chat.
Mr. G, quiet, please. All right, Mr. Clerk, we have Terry Grzeszewski or Grzeszewski. Which
Yes.
one? Terry, are you here? He's got something. Oh, there he is. Your name, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, Terry Gajewski.
Gajewski. Mr. Gajewski, what nationality is that?
Polish.
Gajewski, okay.
It's pronounced Gajewski, but nobody gets it right. My son hates it over the football field.
Oh my goodness.
Gajewski, Mr. Terry Gajewski is going to breakout room number 2. Because I've got retained counsel in breakout room 1.
Okay.
And what about Lavert Gardner? He's next on, or she is next on.
Adam Gladney.
Gladney?
Adam
No,
Gladney.
Gladden.
Right.
Mr. Gladden.
Yes.
All right, sir, you're going to be assigned to breakout room 2. Don't do anything just yet. Go ahead.
Quentin Gordon.
All right, Mr. Gordon, you're going to be assigned to breakout room 2.
Lisa Lewis.
All right.
And Albert Guy.
G.
G.
Mr. G is here for trial. I would prefer not to put him in that same breakout room. We put the people for trial in a different breakout room.
Okay, that's it. That's it for that room. The other matters I got they all state matters. I wanted to put them all in one room.
All right, I'm going to call your name and look at your device and it will tell you to join breakout room 2. So let me figure this one out. Join. Terry Grzeszewski, breakout room 2. Let me go to the top of my list. And Mr. Adam Gladden. Mr. Gladden, join breakout room 2 in just a moment. I'll send the instructions. Quentin Gordon. Quentin Gordon. Quentin, go to breakout room 2. Lisa Lewis. Ms. Lewis, go to breakout room number 2, ma'am. And Mr. Let me see who else. That's it. I'm going to go to breakout room 2. Please look at your device and touch the option to go to breakout room. All right, I see your retained counsel are back.
Did you want to put the rest of the remaining in breakout room 3? And that should be it.
Well, I'm going to put the people who have a trial in a separate breakout room from those who are here for pre-trial.
Well, these are state matters, and they're not trials or attorneys.
Let me deal with the retained counsel, then we'll deal with the rest of the people. So everybody else has state matters. Well, you want to put everybody else in another breakout room?
Yeah, we could. I got the names for you.
All right, which ones are they?
Clifton, what is it?
Likes.
Like, yeah.
Mr. Likes join breakout room 3.
Cassandra O'Neill.
Miss O'Neill join breakout room 3.
And this is Charles Lewis. This is the one I sent you the information on yesterday. He had the gun charge with the violation. I sent you that documentation so we could put him in there.
Send that to Mr. Cheeto. We'll put him in breakout room 3.
Okay, that's it.
Okay. Mr. G is set for trial. Let me see, is anyone else here for trial? Mr. Greer, he has retained counsel. Mr. Charles Lewis.
Judge, my client is set for trial and the officer hasn't checked in.
And who is that?
Well, that's what I just gave you that we was going, the documentation I sent you.
I'm sorry, I was not looking at the screen. Who was speaking and who's your client?
It's Attorney Clayton, Judge, for Gabriel Long.
Gabriel Long.
Set for trial, 9 o'clock.
Was there an attorney for Charles Lewis?
I don't see anybody listed for him.
Okay.
I've got.
All right. I thought I heard someone say Charles Lewis. Okay, I got all the attorney's files right here. We ready to go on them.
Okay, well, let's do them then. Okay.
Your Honor.
Yes, Ms. Lucas.
I just had a review, so am I going to a breakout room or I'm just staying on here?
Is there a probation officer or someone here for Ms. Lucas?
I don't know why she's on for review because we'll come back to her, but no, it's not a probation thing from what I see.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry. She's at 8, she's on for 8:25. You don't have anything?
Yeah, I already reviewed it. I have recommendations, but I don't see it as being no disposition on it. That's what got me confused.
All right, well, send me what you have so I can read it. Ms. Lucas, just mute yourself, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. And then there is an attorney here for Quran Law. So people versus Quran Law, S27678991. Mr. Muwad is here for Mr. Law, and for the record.
Your Honor, for the record, Elias Muwad P41633, support P41632. He is on somebody's phone named Dajaw, D-A-J-A-W. Caron, are you on?
Yes.
Mr. Law, first, couple of things. First of all, you're not properly dressed for court, so I'm going to recall your case. Go put on a shirt with a collar on it, and then you need to go to a room where we can't hear the baby. Okay, in the background. All right.
Okay, Your Honor.
We'll recall you in a couple minutes. Go change, sir. We'll call you. Right back.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
All right, and in the meantime, let's see. People versus. Let's see what we got here. People versus Taras Gorel.
Ready, Your Honor.
On file U 5083-2719. Mr. Gorel charged with loitering. And on his behalf.
Jeffrey Schwartz, P32076 on behalf of Mr. Gorel. He is present on Zoom. We don't object to Zoom.
Sir, your name, please, for the record.
Mine,
Yes.
Taras Garal.
All right. And Mr. Schwartz, where are we with Mr. Terrell?
We're going to ask the court to set this for a bench trial by Zoom. We were unable to resolve it at this time. I have not received discovery, but the city attorney has indicated to me that they've looked into it and there is no discovery other than the ticket. So.
Well, when was this charge issued?
Hang on. Actually, Judge, I was planning on making a motion to dismiss because I don't know, but in the alternative to set it for a bench trial. This was issued, let me look at the register of actions, hang on. So what happened is my client lives out of state and the warrant was issued after he left.
Mr. Schwartz, stop thinking out loud and tell me the date of the ticket was issued.
April 26, 2019.
Oh, okay, so this is an old ticket. It's not a protest ticket. Okay. All
No.
right. And so why has it been pending for so long?
He was here. He was a student at University of California, Berkeley. He was here for a robotics convention. He was arrested. He claims not properly, and he left the state because he didn't live here and never knew how to set anything up. Then there was the warrant. He contacted me. We set it aside. He appeared. And we've been here for a pretrial on February 2nd and set it today. And my plan was to file a motion on the constitutionality of the ticket, but we received no discovery after a few requests. In fairness, though, apparently Ms. Adams has left the office. I first asked for the discovery from City Attorney Morgan on the 29th. The February 2nd date was approaching. He got back to me telling me that the proper prosecutor was now Ms. Adams. I sent her an email on the 1st. She responded on the 1st saying she would request the discovery, but that it wouldn't be ready by the 2nd. We zoomed in on the 2nd and were given this date. I sent 2 more emails in between now and the 26th, about 8 days before this date, so I could get the discovery and file a motion, and I never heard anything since. The city attorney today tells me that he has since left the office.
I'm sorry, courtroom, can you please mute background noises?
So I'm told that she since left the office.
He told you what, Mr. Schwartz? I'm sorry, you said the city attorney tells me today.
The city attorney, Miss Adams, emailed me back on the 1st, the day before the pretrial, indicating she would request the discovery, but it wouldn't be ready by the 2nd. We zoomed in. We put on the record that I intended to file a motion on the constitutionality of the ticket. I sent another email in time to get the discovery so I could file the motion with no response. That happened on the 14th. I sent another email the day before yesterday and yesterday inquiring as to what the situation was. In fairness to the city attorney today, he indicated to me that she has since left the office, so he knew nothing of it. And that's where we stand. So I would move to dismiss her, and the alternative to set it for a Zoom trial, but I think that there's grounds for dismissal.
Well, Mr. Schwartz, since this ticket was issued, we've gone through 5 corporation counsel.
I get it.
So between that and Mr. Gorell not showing up for whatever reason, it appears to me that's why this has lingered. This is a loitering ticket. It should have been dispensed within what, 90 some odd days or 50 some odd, no, I'm thinking landlord tenant 56
Yeah,
days.
but he did come to the February 2nd hearing.
Yeah, but he was AWOL for over a year.
I get it.
Okay.
I can't.
All right. So in any event, we've gone through 5 prosecutors in this matter. You still don't have discovery. So I'm going to dismiss without prejudice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. And
Right, you're all set.
can I have a copy? Well, it'll be on the register of actions. I can get that myself.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're all set, Mr. Grau. You can zoom off.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I don't know what room I'm going to.
Okay, Mr. Johnson? Mr. Johnson, are you here? Where did he go? Basil? All right, he went to another courtroom. Let's call People versus Gabe Long. Mr. Clayton, are you here?
I am, Judge.
Oh, there you are. Let me see.
Hearing on behalf of Mr. Long.
Let me find him on my docket, just a moment. People versus Gabriel Long on file 20-717-9641 and 42. Mr. Long has 2 matters set for trial today: drag racing and open alcohol for the driver. And on Mr. Long's behalf.
Judge Spencer Clayton appearing on behalf of Mr. Long, P number 77302. And Mr. Long, would you state your name for the record, please?
Gabriel Long.
Judge, today's the date and time set for trial in this matter. It appears as though the officers failed to check in. We would be moving to dismiss.
Officer Peoples, can we have the name of the officer in this matter? There's Officer Davis. I don't have a first name.
Judge, it's actually Julian Aldrich.
Officer Peoples.
Officer Julian Balders has failed to check in.
All right, counsel.
We would move to dismiss, Judge.
All right, the matter is dismissed without prejudice as no officer has appeared. Mr. Long, understand that it is the officer's option to reissue. Most don't because they have other fish to fry. So the matter is dismissed without prejudice, sir.
All right, thank you. I just log off?
Yeah, I'll log you off if you're having trouble with that.
All right.
The gentleman whose name on the says Deborah, what is your real name, sir? Unmute, please. Unmute.
Sorry, my name is Karan Law.
Karonelaw.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You look mighty nice with that shirt on and tie.
Thank you. I apologize.
When you're on Zoom, appearance is everything. We can't see anything but the top of you. I don't even, you can be wearing pink polka dot shorts for all I know, but I see the top and you're still in court. So you don't want to give the court a bad impression. You don't want to look like you're on your way to jail, okay?
You're right, Your Honor. My first couple court dates, I had been wearing my suit and tie, and this morning, I don't know why I didn't. I apologize.
The devil made you do that.
Darn devil.
All right, on behalf of Mr. Law.
Your Honor, good morning. Elias Muwad, P41632, representing Mr. Law.
All right, and this is People versus Karan Law on file 17-362-5971 et al. Mr. Law has 5 matters pending before the court. And counsel, you've had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Goss.
I have, and he's being very polite. He's being very polite today.
Okay.
Your Honor, it's actually 6 matters because he has one at 8:25. I don't know how they got separated.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He does. He's got a 6-1 NOP review. I don't know what that's all about, but counsel, go ahead. There's been some offers made to Mr. Law.
My understanding that everything is going to be dismissed except for a failure to produce, if I'm correct.
Failure to display a valid driver's license?
Yes.
All right, and what about the one that's set for 8:25? So Mr. Law has 6 matters. No operator's permit on person, another case of no operator's permit, no insurance, no registration, and 2 counts of improper driver's license. What the heck?
Well, I'll tell you, Judge, he's got
I'm not going along with this FTD. So you go back and talk to the prosecutor. Tell him he's gonna have to plead to 2 of these 6. I don't care what they are. This is crazy.
We can plead. We can if there's 2 failure to display license, we can do that or whatever. You know, that's fine.
All right, then that's what we'll do. Well, he'll plead guilty to 2 FTDs.
Yes.
And it looks like 1, 2, 3. Depending on the date of these, he may also owe the Secretary of State 6 reinstatement fees. I'm not sure.
He's probably going to owe a lot more, Judge.
What is this matter that's set for review? A U ticket, narcotics and drug violation. I'm sorry, that's not him. He has an NOP, no op, set for review. Is that the same ticket number? Let me take a look. 767. No, different ticket. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 different tickets up here. So of the 4 of the 6, Mr. Law is going to be pleading guilty to 2 counts of failure to display a valid driver's license. The other matters are being dismissed. Mr. Law, is that your understanding, sir?
I understand, Your Honor.
All right, sir, and you understand that in pleading guilty, you are giving up your rights to a trial and all the rights you would have had you gone to trial.
Counsel, pleading guilty to this?
Yes, sir. Yeah, she's giving you
Yes,
your
Your Honor.
rights. Listen to the judge, Carone. Listen to the judge. Yes, go ahead.
Was he on this call when I read everyone your rights earlier? Mr. Law?
He came in late, Judge. He came in
Well,
late,
that's
Judge.
too bad for him. He should have been here on time. Mr. Law. In 2017, were you driving in the city of Detroit?
Yes, Your Honor. I had a couple of years.
Mr. Law, just answer my questions, yes or no, not an explanation, just answer yes or no. You can give me an explanation in a minute. Were you driving with an invalid driver's license in 2017 in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to accept your guilty plea on that matter. And let's see, were you also driving without a valid driver's license? Let me see, on Lewis, can I have the date on his file ending 9761 SP 771 9761?
That's November 21st, 2017.
Oh, goodness gracious. So also in November of 2017, were you once again driving without a valid driver's license in the city of Detroit?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Law, I'm going to accept your guilty plea to the 2 counts of failure to display. The other 4 matters are dismissed. Counsel, did you want to say something on your client's behalf?
Judge, Mr. Law and I are becoming closer and closer friends because I'm representing him in all these tickets, but I'm going to be honest with the court as I always am. He's got a lot of problems in felony court with some major felonies. You know, we're gonna work on all that stuff up there. Because of COVID, nothing is really coming up to fruition. He's got so many issues with his driver's license. Right now, he's got to resolve out the felonies and see where his future is. But he understands. He's not. He was making some payment plans or making some payments, Judge, at some point in time that it stopped. So he knows what he's got to do.
Why did he stop?
What? Carone, go ahead and answer.
I had lost my job that year, and I believe I still had the packet, but it was like a certain due date that I had to complete the payments by. So I didn't finish.
Well, did you call the court and say, "Hey, I lost my job. Can we rearrange this"?
I'm not gonna lie, Your Honor. No, I was losing my grandmother at the time, and my mind was all over the place. I apologize.
Well, I know, but your behind is getting ready to go to jail. So grandma is gone. There's nothing you can do about that. But your behind is getting ready to go to jail. So why didn't you call? Pick up the phone and call. I'm not taking that, Mr. Law. How old are you?
I'm 26 now, but at the time I was younger.
Yeah, you was 20, dumb. You still are. You know, it's been scientifically proven, Mr. Law. I'm not making this up. Scientifically proven that the part of the brain that regulates judgment, you know, that little voice in here says, do this, don't do that. Can't you read the sign? Mr. Muad knows that song. You probably don't. The human brain is not fully mature till age 26. This part up here, the frontal lobe that regulates judgment, is not fully mature until age 26. Up until that time, you do stupid things. And somebody say, why'd you do that? Oh no. Why didn't you call and say, I can't keep paying this way because I'm not working right now. Can we do something else? I asked you, why you do that? Oh, no. You gonna blame grandma for dying? No, it's not grandma's fault. It's yours, Mr. Law. You done dug a hole for yourself, according to your attorney. I'm not even asking about the felonies. But you keep driving and they keep stopping you because they know you. They know your plate. They know you don't have any insurance. So when they put your plate in the computer, it comes up, no insurance, whoop, whoop, they pull you over. That's all they need. They don't need to see you run a stoplight or not using your signal. They tap into the Secretary of State's computer, tap in your plate. It comes up disabled or whatever. They can pull you over. Now they find out you don't have a driver's license, you smoking dope in the car, you got open alcohol, you got a gun, there's not all kind of craziness because you don't have insurance on your car. And you think you did because you got the plates and then canceled the insurance. It doesn't work.
Apologize, Your Honor.
Well, apologize to yourself because you're doing this to yourself and your family. You're not doing it to me. I'm fine. I'm fine, Mr. Law, but you aren't. All right,
At the time period, also, like you said, there's no excuse for not calling, but I was trying to provide for my family at the time.
Well, that's why
I
all the
have
more
two
reason,
daughters. One is deceased. I just lost one of them.
all the more reason you should have called, Mr. Law. All the more reason you should have called. All right, so those 2 tickets are $530. You have at least 6 SOS fees at $45 a piece. So that's another $270. So the $270 plus the $530, it's a total of $800. Mr. Law, are you paying that today, sir?
Today is the only day, because it's possible I could make a payment
Law, counsel, did I make myself, Mr. Law, this is a yes or no question. Do you?
Corone, can you make the payment today? That's what she wants to know.
That's
She's really
all.
trying to be fair. No, okay.
Did you post a bond, Mr. Law?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, how much was your bond, sir?
$3,500.
Whoa, was that Mr. Muad? Was that for the felony case?
Judge, he's got a ton of other tickets that are in default status. I just looked them up. So 3,500 maybe for some other tickets, but not, well, wait a minute. Corone, was that for the felony case? No.
Yes, I never went to jail for these tickets.
Okay, so that's what she wants to know. Did you post any money for these tickets ahead of time?
The payments that I were making on the payment plan.
Let me just ask my clerk to look it up. Well, Mr. Clerk, would you please look up Mr. Law's file and see if he has a bond posted with the 36. Mr. Law, if you do, we will take the money out of the bond. If that covers it, you're good. If not, we'll take what you have and then you'll make arrangements to pay the rest. Okay? Are you now working, sir?
Yes.
Good, good.
There is no bond, Your Honor.
All right, so there's no bond. So Mr. Law, when did you want to have this paid, sir?
I could try my best to come up with a complete 800 today, but if possible, like a payment.
Mr. Law, what day can you have this paid, sir? As you know, I have not set a date. I'm asking you, so don't flip and floob around like an 18-year-old, because you're 26 now. That brain should be working on all, what's the word I'm looking for, gentlemen? Pistons or whatever. Come on, what date can you have it paid? Just tell me what date you can have it paid.
I'm looking at my calendar.
Your Honor, what count is that on the 579 ticket that he's pleading on?
The 579 count 1.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Law, come on, sir. We have other people waiting to have their turn. What date, sir?
Can you give me till March 6th, please?
Yes, March 6th is fine. You have until March 6th to pay this, Mr. Law. You're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Corone, I'll call you later, but listen, you should thank the court. You should thank the city attorney. They got rid of a lot of tickets for you. Make the payment, but I'll call you later on, okay?
Okay, thank you all.
Right, Judge, appreciate it. As
You're
usual,
welcome.
great. I love being in your court. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Who is on the Moto E5 play? Who's on the Moto E5 play? Is that Mr.
That's
G? Mr. G. That's Mr. G. Okay.
So
did Mr. Johnson or Mr. Clayton come back for their client yet? Mr. Johnson.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
All right. The case, I figured you were in another courtroom. All right. People versus Delonzo Greer.
Judge, can I say something before you go to your next case?
Who are you, ma'am?
My name is Lisa Lewis. You had sent me to the room 2.
Yeah.
But when I went there, it was total silence and nothing ever happened. So I called back to make
Miss Lewis, I explained that earlier. Had you been here on time, you would know that that's exactly what's supposed to happen. Put yourself back in room 2, ma'am.
Okay. I was here earlier. I didn't hear that though, Judge. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. That's what happens when you don't call in when you're supposed to. Mr. G, did you put yourself back in the breakout room, sir? And please stop talking over the proceedings. It's rude. I'll see if I can get you back in there. Let's see, you're supposed to be in breakout room. Which one, sir?
he wasn't assigned yet. That's right. Where
he was assigned and he hung up.
He had to be in 3.
I was
He
in
wanted to
time.
keep him out though, Judge, because he has a trial.
Well, I'm gonna put him in breakout room number 4 for people who are gonna have a trial. Mr. Cheeto can talk to him later. All right, Mr. G,
Okay.
you're going to breakout room 4, sir. Please join breakout room 4. Okay, let me, we were on the record with People versus Delonzo Greer on file SX 3776-0311 et al. Mr. Greer's matter is set for trial today on the charge of driving with improper license and having no insurance on his car and a limited access violation. And for Mr. Greer.
Good morning, Your Honor. May I please report Vassal Johnson, P 72130, on behalf of Mr. Greer, who's present here by Zoom.
Okay, and Mr. Greer, please, your name, sir, for the record.
Delonzo Greer.
All right, and Mr. Johnson?
Yes, Your Honor. As relates to Mr. Greer, like Your Honor stated, today's date, time set for trial. I will move to dismiss if the officers fail to appear.
All right, is Ms. Officer Peoples, is Officer Matlinski signed into the courtroom?
Well, I do want to tell us, Trooper Matlinski has failed to appear.
All right, Officer Matlinski is the witness in this matter, and he failed to appear. The matter is dismissed without prejudice. What that means, Mr. Greer, is if the officer wants, they can ask to have the matter reinstated. I doubt that they will, but I need to tell you that anyway, all right? You're all set, sir? Wait a minute, Mr. Johnson, when were these tickets issued?
Your Honor, I have several matters here. So I see some in 2020, June and August, and January.
Well, he may owe reinstatement fee. I'm not sure. If they, the ones in June and August are probably not, but I also see this civil infraction. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with that, but he needs to check and make sure he doesn't owe any SOS fees. Okay, Mr. Greer, you're all set, sir.
Judge, I don't
Yes.
want to leave anything open. Can Your Honor tell me the number of those civil infractions, please?
Well, it's one of the ones that was up this morning. Just the ones that are on my file. There are two misdemeanors and a civil infraction on my file. 311. They're all on the same ticket. SX 3776-0311, 12, and 13.
He also has a few others, Judge.
I'm not dealing with those. Y'all deal with them.
Okay.
Bye.
Can you dismiss them for us, Judge?
No, get out of here. No, you deal with them. I don't know what they are. Go on, do your job. I'll do mine. I don't get that. Anyway, and Mr. Clayton, are you back? Is Mr. Clayton stuck in a breakout room somewhere? I don't see him.
The attorney, Clayton?
Yeah.
I think he left when his.
But maybe, I think he went to another courtroom, and so his client, Mr. Long, is still, did I just dismiss that? Gabriel Long?
He was dismissed, yes.
Oh, okay. All right, then I did Mr. Long. He put a scratch to his name. So I've done all my retained counsel. I see another attorney here on the call, Attorney Daoud.
Yes, Your Honor.
Who are you here for, sir?
Mr. Georgie. I was having issues with my tablet, Your Honor. George Georgie. Traffic matter.
Is he here? I think I've got him checked in. He didn't indicate that he had retained counsel.
First name 8:30.
No, he's at 8. No, he's at 9 o'clock.
I don't think he's
Georgie.
He checked in earlier because I've got a red check next to his name, but he signed off somehow. He's not here anymore. You need to give him a call.
May I proceed without him? It's a civil infraction, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. This is People versus Georgie, file SP 11296541. Respondent charged of disobeying a red signal. This matter is set for formal hearing, and on Mr. Georgie's behalf.
Good morning, Attorney AJ Dow on behalf of Mr. Georgie.
Bar number.
67716.
All right, and Mr. Georgie is not here. Is this set for a formal hearing? So he really should be here, but have you an offer being made by the prosecutor?
I have not received one, Your Honor.
Did you ask for one?
I don't know who the prosecutor is to be able to ask, Your Honor.
Sir, it's your job to find out so that you can adequately represent your client. Now, there is a prosecutor here somewhere in this, and here he is in the courtroom. Do you see him? Staring at and waving at us from behind the plexiglass. Now, I'm going to put you and him in a breakout room where you all can discuss. And would you place your appearance on the record, Mr. Goss?
Good morning, Your Honor. Dante Goss, P60162, behalf of the city.
All right, Mr. Goss, going to put you and Attorney
Offer
Dow.
is limited access.
All right.
Your Honor.
Okay.
I'm gonna use offer is limited access.
Limited access, which one, people?
60 to 55.
60 and a 55? Okay.
Point
So that's no points and $125 fine, counselor.
That's fine, Your Honor. I can accept that for him.
All right, so your client has given up his rights to a formal hearing and he's authorized you to plead responsible for a limited access violation that is no points and the fine is $125. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And this occurred what day, sir, in the city of Detroit?
I do not have this. Let me see if I have the citation with me, Your Honor. I don't have the citation with me.
October 29, 2020.
Oh, so this occurred October the 29th of 2020. Your client was driving at least 5 miles over the speed limit in a limited access area in the city of Detroit. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Your Honor, that fine is 130.
Is it 130? They must have raised it. My cheat sheet. Maybe I need to update my cheat sheet.
Yeah, system says 130.
Okay, so it's 130. I need to change that up. I wonder if they changed the other ones. If they raised everything $5.
Well, I'll let you know.
Okay. All right, $130 is the fine. He has 10 days to pay that. And
Thanks, Your Honor.
Come prepared to represent your client.
Well, Your Honor, it's hard to find out who I can speak to a prosecutor on Zoom. I mean, typically when we're there, I'm able to.
Sir, no,
Yes.
no excuse. If you're going to practice at 36, find out how we do it here. We make it as easy as possible. Easy as possible. I don't know I've been in other district courts. It's not easy, especially given that we have the highest and the most cases. Find out how we do things. Ask other attorneys. It's not hard.
I do know how, Your Honor. I just logged in late, so I hadn't had a chance to speak with the prosecutor in a breakout room. I practice at 36th District all the time.
I know you do. That's why I don't understand why you're not ready this morning. Your client was here, you weren't, and then he was the retained counsel.
I was having issues with the tablet. That's why I had told you in the beginning. That's why I was late.
Counsel, now you're starting to sound like these defendants. You're full of excuses. I'm just saying, when you come on, please be prepared, sir.
Thanks, Your Honor.
You're welcome, sir. Now I gotta listen to it from attorneys and defendants, Lord Jesus. Okay. And that was for Mr. George.
What was that defendant's name?
Georgie. Mr. Georgie. Okay. Lord have mercy.
I have it.
Mr. Guzik. Did we ever, Louis, did you ever send me the information for Mr. Guzik?
Mr. who?
Guzik, he's on my 825 docket.
He's here for
it says for sentencing. Mr. Guzik, do you have your own retained counsel?
No, I do not. I haven't spoke to anyone yet.
Okay. All right. Well, put yourself back on mute and see if we can get you sentenced. Mr. Gardner. Mr. Gardner.
Yes.
Levert.
Yes, ma'am.
You have a terrible connection. You have your hand raised where you have a problem, sir?
No, I just didn't think you were, I was in there. I'm sorry.
All right, Mr. Gardner, I'm asking all the gentlemen to have on a shirt with a collar on it, so you got time to go change if you need to. Okay, and then,
Miss, I'm still.
You're what?
Hello.
Yes.
I'm in like a shelter, like I ain't got no clothes here.
All right. Well, stand by, Mr. Gardner. Put your phone back on mute, sir. Mr. Godlet or
Yes.
Mr. Goodlet, sir, you
Yes.
cannot lay down in the bed, sir. No laying in the bed. I'm sorry, but you're in a court of law. You got to sit up. Okay. I'm tired. I want to do this from my bed too. No. I told you we can see into your home, and that everybody in the world can possibly see into your home, Mr. Goodman. All right, remember that.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Cheeto, are we ready with some of the defendants that were in breakout room number 2?
Your Honor, I wasn't in the breakout room with them.
You were not? I see Miss Lucas is.
She's here for a review. She was a delayed sentence. She's paid off. I didn't see any conditions on there.
Well, let me call her case and ask the clerk. People versus Amber Lucas, file U 5118-5219. This is a review date set for Miss Lucas. And ma'am, your name, please.
Amber Lucas.
All right, good morning, Miss Lucas.
Ali Cheeto, P77614 on behalf of Miss Lucas.
All right, this matter is set for a review. What was Miss Lucas supposed to do? When was she sentenced? Mr. Cheeto?
She was sentenced. I have her pulled up over here. She was sentenced on September 28, 2020.
Okay, and what was the sentence?
It was a delayed sentence, Your Honor. And then I see over here that there was just a fine that's paid. $195 bond was applied to the fine.
What case are we talking about?
It's an 825 review, Amber Lucas.
What's the because on that ticket that's set for 825 is the U ticket. I don't even have that. I have some other tickets that I'm showing that's open for Nathan Lucas.
No,
And
Amber
it's not a U ticket.
Amber Lucas, you at 825, you 5118-5219.
Well, that makes all the difference in the world. 5219. All right. There's nothing owed on it.
Ms. Lucas, have you received any other violations since you were before me?
No, I have not. I was able to get my license, and then I had a matter pop up from August 21st, 2019, in St. Clair Shores. It was a driving on suspended, but they're waiting for me to get this because I didn't know I had a review, but they're waiting for me to get this taken care of, and they're dropping it to a no operator's license on person.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Ms. Lucas has complied with the terms and conditions of the delayed sentence. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, all right, the matter is dismissed with prejudice. All right.
Is that, I'm sorry, Your Honor, would that be on my record or?
Yes, it will be. Give us a few minutes to update your register of action, and then you can go onto the computer and pull that down yourself and take it to the judge in St. Clair Shores. Who's the judge there in St. Clair Shores now?
It starts with an F. He has like a weird name. I can't even pronounce it.
They all got weird names in Macomb County. You tell them Judge Langston said that I was the first Black prosecutor in Macomb County.
Really?
1,000 million years ago.
Yeah, it starts with an F. It's Judge like Fred something. I don't have my paper right here.
You must be relatively new because I've been here 32 years and I know them all. All right. So anyway, you can go this evening or late. You're not going to court this afternoon, are you?
No, I have court on March 9th.
All right. So you'll have time to pull up what we call a register of action or something that shows that this case has been dismissed on our website, 36districtcourt.org.
Okay.
Put in your name or the case number, and won't the disposition show up, Lewis?
Yeah, it's already in the system, so she may be able to pull it up.
Okay. All right, Ms. Lucas, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're going to remove you from this call.
Okay.
Okay, and done. So we just have, from the 825 docket, we just have Mr. Guzik still here. You said this was a sentencing. Is there a pre-sentence report in the file?
I haven't gotten any information from the probation department yet.
Okay, Mr. Guzik, just stand by. All right, Mr. Cheeto, we have Miss Lisa Lewis. Wasn't she in the breakout room number 2 with you?
I haven't been to breakout room number 2, Your Honor.
You said that before, and I'm just totally ignoring you. Let me put you in a breakout room.
Okay.
I thought I had put you in breakout room number 2. All right, there you go.
Thank you.
Mr. Goodlet. Let me see, why are you here? All right, Lewis, we need to put some other people in another breakout. I have Mr. Goodlet and Mr. Gardner here on screen who have not, we're gonna put them in a breakout room. Let me see.
Put them in 3.
3. All right, Mr. Goodlet and Mr. Gardner, look at your devices. In a minute, I'm gonna send an option for you to join breakout room number 3. Mr. Goodlet and Mr. Gardner, I've just sent you the option. So please join breakout room 3. Look at your device toward the bottom. It'll give you that.
Levert Gardner? Is that Levert Gardner?
Yes.
And you said Goodwin?
Goodlet.
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 What page is he on?
Page
130.
830. Gaston, yeah, 830.
Gardner is the second one on the list. And then Goodlet is a little down, further down the list. So that's 3 people in breakout room number 3. Mr. Guzik is still here. Who is on the LG Aristo 3+?
That's right, Miss Lisa. Oh, no.
Lisa Lewis is supposed to be in breakout room number 2. Miss Lewis, why are you here, ma'am?
Separate trial. Yeah, that's almost.
Lisa Lewis. Lisa Lewis.
She doesn't have any audio that's showing.
She didn't join. I'm going to send her. She's supposed to be in breakout room number 2. It says she's not joined, but on my thing it says she is joined. It was weird, but she's still here. I'm going to remove her and let's see what happens because she's not answering. Remove. She's going to call back in if I kicked her off. Who's an Aristo 3+? Please unmute and identify yourself. All right, I'm just going to remove them if they don't identify themselves.
They don't have. Oh, yeah,
They're gone. They're gone. They'll call back in. They'll call back in. And Mr. Guzik, I'm going to put him in a breakout room with the Mr. Cheeto. Mr. Cheeto. Let me see. And there's somebody named Moto E5. Is that Mr. G? Mr. G? Moto E5 is Mr. G, right? He keeps, I don't know what's going on with him.
I think he's using 2 devices, one for audio.
Well, I just, I'm going to remove the other one. Maybe that happened. But Mr. Guzik, I'm going to put you in breakout room number 4. So you'll be kind of lost in space, Mr. Guzik. You hear me? Matthew, you have to unmute.
Yes, ma'am, I hear you.
I sent you the command to go to breakout room 4.
Yes, you did.
Okay, thank you. Go to breakout room 4. Mr. Johnson.
Judge, I need to step away very briefly.
Okay.
Very briefly.
All right.
Hi. Good morning, Judge.
Not on the record. Mr. Johnson, what can we do for you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. On the, Your Honor mentioned an officer's name, Mo Delinsky for Delonzo Greer.
Motlinsky?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
But there's 2 more tickets that were set for trial.
Not on
today.
my docket. They're not on my docket. I dealt with all the tickets that were on my docket today, and that was, let me see, he's got 3 matters: driving suspended, improper plates, and no insurance. So what's the problem?
So
and limited access, they were all dismissed. What's the problem?
And that was with that officer, but he also has another officer set for trial, still ending in 311, 311, and 661, all by the same officer.
Officers are not here, Mr. Johnson. These 4 matters are dismissed.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure. Thank you.
What's going on with the attorneys this morning? What is going on with y'all this morning?
Because I didn't hear any case numbers, so I got a little worried.
Oh, ye of little faith.
Have a good one.
All right, Mr. Johnson.
Bye-bye.
Judge, who was he talking about?
Mr. Greer.
Oh, okay.
Corporal, wait a minute. Corporal Rule was here, but Corporal Rule's case wasn't up on Mr. Greer. It's not on this docket. It all says Motlinsky. And one says Johnson. So I don't know where Corporal Rule's case was, but I got him down here for Delonzo Greer. And I got Officer Harris. Officer Harris, where are you? We've dealt with Mr. Georgie. And Mr. Goss and Officer Robinson, have you all discussed Mr. G?
That's why I was gonna ask you to put us in the breakout room.
You want to be in there with Officer Robinson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, just a moment. We put you on a breakout room 5, and let me see, where are you? Here you are. No, I'm Officer Robinson. I'm gonna put you in breakout room 1. I'm sorry, Mr. Goss, you're already assigned to breakout room 1.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. 1 for Officer Robinson. Corporal Rule.
Yes, Your Honor.
We just finished doing Mr. Greer. He had 4 tickets up this morning, but none of them were assigned to you.
Really?
Yeah, there was 1 for Johnson and 3 for Motlinsky.
Yeah, I had one for, it was SP 1094031.
Wait a minute, SP 1094031. That said Johnson on my list. Is that your case?
That's what was sent to me. I can look up the ticket real quick.
Okay. There you go, people.
Sorry, I got my other job this morning. Sorry.
Your Honor, that was my ticket.
All right, well, why don't you reissue it because I just dismissed it. I called and then when I was checking my office, I said, wait a minute, Officer Rule, because he just came back on and asked about that ticket. I said, we didn't have Officer Johnson sign in because on my sheet it says Johnson, not Rule.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah.
All right, well.
So I got you on that ticket, and then on another ticket, I got Officer Motlinsky.
I don't know nothing about that.
For 3 other tickets that was issued to Mr. Greer.
Yeah, mine was on 6/26/2020.
Okay. All right. Well, it's dismissed without prejudice. So if you feel you want to reissue it, go ahead, because like I thought that was Officer Johnson. He hadn't signed in, so it's dismissed.
Okay, well, maybe it's his lucky day.
Yep, could be. We all get every now and then. Thanks, Officer. Thanks, Corporal.
All right, have a good day.
Bye-bye.
I was on the phone, Judge. Who were we talking about?
But Mr. Greer, the one that Mr. Johnson just zoomed back in to ask about, but it had Officer Johnson. I knew I didn't have Officer Johnson signed in. Then I checked my sheet again. I had Corporal Rule.
Oh, not
I got Molinsky. Here's Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, Corporal Rule just zoomed back in. As soon as you zoomed out, he zoomed in. The case you were asking me about, it was his case, but on my sheet, it says Officer Johnson. But when I checked my officer sign in, I saw that he was signed in on Mr. Greer. So he said, maybe it's his lucky day. So he's gonna let it remain dismissed without prejudice.
Judge, I was just gonna tell the court, it was 3 for Rule. 3 for Rule and 3 for Motlinsky.
I only got this one for Rule, ending 0. Well, it's 2 different tickets ending 0311, but the one for driving with his license suspended is dismissed. The other 2 are not. They weren't on my docket. I had 4 for him, 3 issued by Motlinsky. 1 it said was issued by Johnson, and actually Corporal Rule got the subpoena for that. As soon as you zoomed off, he zoomed in. And I was looking down my sheet and I said, Delonzo Greer. So that DWLS is dismissed without prejudice, but I did not deal with the other 2 issued by Corporal Rule at all. I don't even know what they are.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Judge, I thought all of them was dismissed on the officers. I dismissed all of them.
No, just the ones that are on the sheet. I don't know what the other 2 are. I don't have.
Right. Well, I got it here. There's a pro judgment.
Wait. I'm not dismissing the other 2. I am dismissing the driving with his license suspended. Officer Corporal Rule came back on and indicated basically he was. I said, if you want, you can reissue because it's dismissed without prejudice, of course. He said, well, maybe today was just his lucky day.
Okay.
So he's okay with letting that remain dismissed. Right. I don't know what the other 2 are.
All right, can you tell me which one again was being dismissed and was not? That's on the docket.
Everything on the docket.
Okay.
There's 4 tickets on the docket. 1, it says issued by Officer Johnson, which actually was Corporal Rule received the subpoena. And then there were 3 issued by Officer Motlinsky. Those are dismissed as well.
Okay, and counsel?
Yes, sir.
I think the ones you're talking about are 3 default judgments. The judge said he has to pay those. The 3 that you're talking about, it wasn't on the docket.
You said there are 2 not on the docket, Mr. Johnson?
There are 3 that's not on the docket, but there's civil infractions already defaulted, and there are fines to do on those.
Oh, when did they default?
There's 2 that are up on March 10th. I have 6 on the docket today. And
4.
2 March 10th.
Well, we'll deal with them on March 10th.
Okay, no problem.
Right.
Thank you.
All right, Officer Robinson, you're still hanging around here for Mr. G. And Mr. G is in the breakout room. Did you have some conversations with the prosecutor, Officer Robinson, regarding Mr. G? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. We did speak.
Okay, well, let's see what the defense attorney is going to.
Who is the Risto 3+, Judge?
I don't know who's on a 3+. I knocked them off before because they wouldn't say anything.
Well, they need to unmute first. Let's see if we can get them to unmute.
I've sent them asked to unmute.
Yeah, so that thing was it, and I kind of knew because I understand what you're trying to ask about the breakout rooms.
Yeah.
And I knew that, but as you were speaking, and then I'm doing multitasking, I just could not. Yes, it is in the settings. You can set how much time it takes for them to come back into the courtroom from a break room. You can indicate that you want those rooms closed. They will automatically close after the last person comes out. and all of that stuff. It's in the setting, yeah. So I would not have been able to walk you through because we're working, but it's not gonna be that hard at all. Really not.
Council hasn't came out of break room 2 yet. He's been in there all morning.
Who?
In break room 2, the council, House Council.
That's where I put him in break so he can speak with those people.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago.
No, he didn't get in right away.
He didn't go in the same time the defendants. I thought I put him in there, but I hadn't. So I asked him twice. He said, Judge, you didn't put me in there yet. And my scrambly brain finally put him in there. So he's in breakout room number 2 right now. I'm going to put Mr. G in breakout room 2 as well, so he can speak with him. And Mr. Guzik. Did we get anything from Mr. Guzik yet?
Let me text this person. Chat.
Yeah, I'm trying to send it over to you now.
Okay.
Aristo, LG Aristo 3+, I sent you a chat.
I sent them one as well.
Oh. Oh, yep, I see it. Yeah, you did. Oopsies. Okay, apparently they're not paying attention. Well, I don't know, Judge.
I'm sending them another chat, telling them to zoom out, and when they zoom back in to enable their audio and video. Right now, they're just in a, I don't know where they are.
Me either. Okay.
All right, Judge, that report is on its way.
Okay.
Did you pull up that information from yesterday for Charles Lewis?
No, I don't see where, when I was looking, I didn't see where he come through here. Let me look again.
Misdemeanor gun charge?
Yeah.
We're gonna dismiss that.
Because I got paperwork on it saying that it could have went either or.
Yeah, but I talked to the state prosecutor. They want the case. We're gonna dismiss it and they're gonna reissue.
Okay.
Through their office.
Okay, Judge, prosecutor said they're gonna dismiss it anyway. But he has two cases though.
Right, yeah. Yes, Your Honor. We're gonna dismiss the gun charge only.
The CCW under the influence?
Correct. And the prosecutor.
The OUIL had not come through yet.
That's today.
Oh, is that right?
We made an offer on that already.
Okay. Well, Lewis, I did not see anything yesterday when I looked. Hold on.
Well, I guess it don't matter now because I think they're gonna dismiss it anyway.
Well, yeah, but where did it go? Because I wanted to see the information about that. I looked and I did not see it.
It was yesterday at
February 20. I'm looking at my new mail. I looked yesterday, then I lost interest or was too tired or whatever.
3:43 p.m.
Let me see. Okay, here it is. Here it is.
I just saw it.
Let me see. No, 200.
Are they gonna dismiss that what? With prejudice or what? Or just with dismissing it?
Yeah, I'm just dismissing it because they're going to reissue.
Okay. All right. Let's call him. Where's Mr. Lewis? He's in a breakout room right now, is he not? Mr. Cheeto?
Yeah.
You spoke with Mr. G?
I have.
Okay. And are you ready?
Of the plea recommendation.
Are you ready with Ms. Lewis and Mr. Gordon as well?
Miss Lewis, I called her name out. She wasn't answering. And for Mr. Gordon, for Quentin Gordon, he does have a valid driver's license now.
Well, go back into that room and tell him and Ms. Lewis, because my computer says she's in that room with you.
Okay.
She was in the breakout room with you. Tell them to come to leave the breakout room, touch the 3 little dots, or go to the X at the top of the box and click on that, and it'll give them the option to leave the breakout room.
Oh, pull that door closed. I'm sorry, Rick.
For the city attorney, Mr. Gordon has a valid driver's license. I don't know if you can dismiss his case.
Let me check the file.
Okay.
All right.
So you need to see not the file, but you need to see the driver's license, I guess.
Let me go in there and tell Ms.
The SOS.
I'm not in here.
I don't know what the charge is.
What's the name?
Gordon.
Hi, Judge.
Is this
Hello?
Miss Lewis?
It is. It is. I've been trying to say hello.
Yeah. Can you go back into the breakout room and I'll meet you there.
So the thing is, I never received a prompt or anything how to get to the breakout room. It just like switched me over there, and then I was unmuted, so I wasn't able to talk.
Are you on the computer or are you on the phone?
My cell phone.
I told Mr. Gordon is back. Ms. Lewis is not responding to me telling her.
I'm here.
Ms. Lewis, you were supposed to be in the breakout room. Did you talk with
Yes, ma'am. I received any type of prompt to go to the breakout room. It just shifted me there.
Ms. Lewis, you did, because my computer says that you are in the breakout room. So you did receive a prompt, or else you couldn't have gone there, because I can't put you there. You have to put yourself.
Judge, can you listen for 1 second? I'm sorry. I never pushed anything. It just put me there, and he couldn't hear me there.
So there was something wrong with your phone. So we'll go back to the breakout room number 2, Ms. Lewis.
How do I do that, Judge?
Look at your phone. Look at the page that you're zooming on down at the bottom.
I'm looking at it. There's nothing there.
Scroll around, left, right.
I just sent her another command to join.
Is the state attorney here?
No.
Okay.
I make the decision on the state cases. They never show up. All right, Mr. Goss, are we ready on Mr. G?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Tito, we ready on Mr. G?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. G, I don't know what problems you're experiencing with your phone, but what's your name, sir?
Last name is G-U-I. That is Albert.
Albert.
Page 2.
Okay. All right, People versus Albert G on file number SP 1101-5271 et al. Mr. G, 1, 2, 3, 4 matters pending before the court. No insurance, seatbelt violation, defective brake lights, and no valid registration. And sir, your name, please, Mr. G?
A-L-B-E-R-T.
No, say your name, please.
Oh, Albert G.
Thank you. And officer?
Officer Willie Robinson Bash, 2590, Troy Police.
And
Ali Cheeto, P77614 on behalf of Mr. G.
And for
Dante Goss, P60162 on behalf of the city.
All right, and Mr. Cheeto, there's been an offer made by the city, is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor, and Mr. G would like to take advantage of that recommendation.
And what is that offer?
That offer is to plead responsible to the defective brake lights and dismiss the remaining tickets.
Wow, that's a great deal. All right, Mr. G?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that your understanding, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so you understand that you are giving up your rights to have a formal hearing by pleading responsible, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. G, when did this occur?
I forgot the date, Your Honor. I think it was
Your Honor, the date was August 1st, 2020 at 11:14 a.m.
August the 1st, Mr. G, on 2020. Did you have defective brake lights on your car?
Yes.
Was that in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
All right, sir, I'm going to accept your plea of responsible. The other three matters are dismissed, and there is a specific fine for this. Let me just find it. Looks like $200.
Is that possible to negotiate down?
No, it is not, sir. You already got 3 tickets dismissed. This is not the marketplace. Okay, so Mr. G, you can have, yes, Mr. Clerk?
Okay, I'm just looking in the system. It says something about $120. Account two.
But that's not the right, I don't think that's the right one. Anyway, if Mr. G, you have 10 days to pay that, is that sufficient, sir?
2 weeks be better, Your Honor. 2 weeks, I'm pretty sure I can pay the money.
All right, 2 weeks. Let's see, that would be March the 12th.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. March the 12th, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a good day.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Officer Robinson.
Thank you. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you, officer. And People versus Charles Lewis. Is he here on screen yet? Is he still in the breakout room?
He was, I didn't see him in my breakout room, Your Honor. Charles Lewis.
All right, well, let's do Mr.
I think you might have put him in breakout room 4.
Okay, well, let's do People versus Terry Gashesky. Just all right, one more time. It's not that hard. How do you say your last name again, sir?
It's Gajewski.
Gajewski.
Yes.
It don't sound nothing like the way it's spelled.
Yeah.
I know.
I've had this since kindergarten.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's okay, Your Honor.
I know. I would petition the probate court just to change the spelling.
Oh, don't make me laugh. I had my wisdom teeth pulled yesterday.
Oh, no, you're sitting there icing your face. I saw he's icing his face.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I had my wisdom teeth pulled when I was 15. That wasn't no fun. Ooh.
It's no joke. It's no joke.
You look like Mr. Potato Head by the face, you know?
I know. I can't eat. I'm hungry. I'm miserable.
All right, People versus Terry
Gajewski. That's why you want to blend it all up and do those smoothies. Fruit, vegetable. Yeah. You may not feel full, but you'll at least get the nutrition.
What does your doctor give you for pain? And squish up that pain pill in the smoothie and slurp it on down and go take a nap.
I can't take no pain pills. I don't take no pain pills no more. I'm a recovering addict, so I'm just doing it raw dog style.
Yeah, that's kind of rough. But you know what? I found out, and maybe this is just me, but when I don't take the pain pills, I heal faster.
Yeah, because you know, if you take them pain pills, then you start feeling normal and you start using your mouth more, then you get sore.
That's right.
You know?
You're absolutely correct.
Ice.
That's exactly what I found. If you use pain pills to deaden the pain in any part of your body, you will start using that part because it feels okay. And basically you're delaying your healing. So if you can withstand the pain, you're better off.
Yeah.
In the long run, but not
I've been through a lot worse than this, so I'm all right.
All right. Okay, we have Mr. Gajewski here. See, I said it right. On file 19-5179-731. He's charged of driving with no driver's license. And on behalf of Mr. Gajewski,
Ali Cheeto P77614 on behalf of Mr. Gajewski.
And Mr. Gajewski is here with a cold compress on his cheek. And on behalf of the people, Mr. Goss was here, and here he is. Mr. Goss? You're muted for some reason, but it doesn't say you're muted. Mr. Goss?
Can you hear me now?
Now I can. Now I can. When you said, can you hear me now? Okay. Was there an offer made to Mr. Gajewski?
Yes, Your Honor, and Mr. Gajewski would like to take advantage of that offer. It's to amend the no operator's license to failure to display.
And what was the date of the offense?
It was August 25, 2020 at 9:45 a.m.
All right. Mr. Gajewski, sir, you understand that in pleading guilty, you are giving up your rights to a trial and all the rights you would have had you gone to trial.
Terry.
Mr. Gajewski?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, on August the 25th of last year, were you driving without a valid driver's license in the city of Detroit?
Yes, I was, Your Honor.
All right, sir, thank you so much. I'm going to try and make this as painless as possible. The fine is $265. I don't believe you owe an SOS fee. Sir, did you post the bond?
Ma'am, I had 3 tickets. I paid them all except for this one.
Oh.
I'm a recovering addict. I got 35 days clean. This is the last thing I got to take care of before I get my license. I did put a $200 bond towards it.
Okay.
So what I was wondering, because I was talking.
Mr. Gajewski, I don't need you to talk. Really, I just needed you to say, yes, Judge, the bond. Mr. Gajewski says he has a $200 bond. If you do, we will apply the $200 to the fines and costs, and that would leave you a balance of $65.
Okay.
And you said you paid some other tickets that were issued on the same day?
Yes, I paid them too.
What were they, sir?
I think it was for not having insurance and bad tabs and not having my license on me.
Okay, how much did you pay on those tickets?
Like $400.
Mr. Goss, I'm going to go ahead and dismiss this. We've gotten our pound of flesh out of Mr. Gajewski. Okay.
I'm fine with it.
All right, we're going to dismiss this ticket, Mr. Gajewski, and refund whatever bond you have back to you.
Oh my God, bless your heart.
All right, so refund Mr. Gajewski. He's already paid the civil infractions. They ain't got points.
Your Honor,
Mr. Gajewski, the next time you get stopped and you get civil infractions and misdemeanors, do not pay them until, if you're asking for a court date, don't pay the tickets, because probably those would have been dismissed and you would have pled to a no points offense.
Ma'am, I was just trying to get my driver's license back.
I understand, but you may have caused yourself more harm than you. I know you were trying to do the right thing. That's why I'm going to dismiss this other matter so that we don't take more of your money, because you probably already paid more. You paid more than I would have assessed already.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Can I ask one question, ma'am?
Yes.
I have to make an appointment with Secretary of State. Like, how long does it take to get it cleared from you guys to Secretary of State, so I know when to make my appointment to get my license?
Make your appointment immediately. It's taken 2 to 3 months to get an appointment. It will take us 2 to 3 minutes to update your record.
Okay, because if I call at noon, I can get an appointment for the following Monday.
Great, do that. Do that.
I've been waiting 3 weeks just for this.
Do that.
Thank you so much, Your Honor, and I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Feel better.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's see if we can get, I don't know who this is on the Aristo 3+. They won't identify themselves. I'm going to remove them again. They'll call in again. Maybe they'll get.
I keep thinking that's Miss Lewis.
Your Honor.
Because, whenever she changes from the breakout back to the courtroom, her label.
Now I got her in breakout room 2 times, Mr. Cheeto. Would you go in the breakout room too and speak with her, sir? Mr. Cheeto?
I will, Your Honor, she does have some state tickets.
Don't worry about those. Just talk to her about the ones the city has offered. And I'm only going to deal with the ones that are on the record. I'm not dealing with every ticket she ever got.
Okay.
Okay, so she's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matters up for arraignment on a bench warrant today.
Yep. Okay.
talk to her about those 5 things. I'm not dealing with all her life's problems. That's what people want to get on here. They want me to solve all their freaking problems. All right, I'm going to send you. You're already in breakout room 2. Mr. Goff, what's going on?
I thought he was ready on Gordon, but guess not.
You mean Lewis? Gordon.
Quentin.
Where is he? Is he in a breakout room somewhere?
He's on screen right now.
Oh, there he is. Okay. Mr. Gordon, are you not a Risto 3+, are you?
No.
Okay.
With the driver's license, right?
Mr. Gordon, did you speak with the attorney, Mr. Cheeto?
Yes, I did, and he said that he needed to speak with someone else to see if I could get the full license dismissed.
All right, the prosecutor, Mr. Goss, was there a conversation with Mr. Cheeto about Mr. Gordon?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Gordon, if I can see his driver's license, I would be able to dismiss the.
It's gonna be real tight, but I'm gonna get it in there because I actually sent it to y'all online through email already.
Yay! How about that? I don't even know how to. So he uploaded it. Do you know how to download it, Mr. Goss?
He's showing.
Now put it, Mr. Gordon. Lay it. There you go. Lay it on the table because people hold it and shaking and shaking. It's go over a little bit more so I can see the issue date.
This actually is my
Mr. Gordon, sir. Let's see the license.
All right.
Now be still with your camera if you can. March 2019, is that right? It was this March 2019. It's good through 2022. Okay, thank you. Woo! Let's see, Mr. Gordon has no plates and no license, Mr. Goss.
Right, I would amend to improper plates and dismiss count 2.
Okay, all right, Mr. Gordon, so the prosecutor is going to dismiss the no driver's license and the, let me see, what you have. No plates is going to be amended to improper plates. That's no points on your record, nor does it even go on your record. There is a fine of $265 on Mr. Gordon. So how do you wish to plead to that, sir?
I plead guilty.
And you understand that you are giving up your rights to a trial by pleading guilty.
You said to no plate or no license?
Improper plates. You had no plates.
Didn't have any plates on there.
Mr. Gordon, yes. I just asked how you were pleading. How are you pleading, guilty or not guilty to the no points offense?
I plead guilty.
You understand, Mr. Gordon, that in pleading guilty, you are giving up your rights to a trial and all the rights you would have had you gone to trial.
I don't want to, but I got to get it out the way.
Mr. Gordon, please do not think out loud. I asked you a question and then you're thinking out loud, and this is all going on the record. I'm gonna ask you the 3rd time, and then I'm gonna disconnect you. You're getting on my nerves. Mr. Gordon, do you understand that in pleading guilty, you are giving up your rights to a trial?
Yes, I do.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Gordon, Mr. Cheeto, who talked with you earlier, he's not on the screen right now. He's in a breakout room, is that correct?
Yes, I believe.
Do you give up the right to have him on this screen right now while you plead guilty?
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right, Mr. Gordon, do you remember the date that this happened?
I believe August 14th. I'm not sure though.
What year, sir?
2020.
Okay, on that day, were you driving with improper plates on your car in the city of Detroit?
Yes, I was.
All right, Mr. Gordon, I'm going to accept your guilty plea. Fines and costs of $265. See how easy that was? The other matter is dismissed. The other matter is dismissed.
Can I get the ticket number, please?
Yes, you can, Mr. Gordon. It is ticket number SP 1103 7641. It was issued as no plates. We amended it to improper plates as no points, and it won't be put on your Secretary of State record. But you will have to pay the $265, sir. And the no driver's license is dismissed. Mr. Gordon, do you need some time to pay that 265?
Yes, because I already got to give y'all $2,000 on Wednesday.
And well, you're a horrible driver. Sorry about that. Yes, yeah. All right, so what date you want to pay this, Mr. Gordon?
I can do like March 10th area.
No, Mr. Gordon, I have to have a specific date. I don't have that on my computer. What date can you have this paid in full? I'm asking you what date you want to have this paid in full.
March 10th.
March the 10th. Okay, March the 10th it is, sir. You're all set.
Thank you and have a great day.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I like that you use your power.
I don't what?
That you don't abuse your power.
Oh, I never abuse my power. I use my power, but I don't abuse my power. If I was gonna abuse somebody, I'd be abusing some of these defendants. A little abusing. All right, you have a good day, Mr. Gordon.
You as well.
Okay. What do we do with Lavert Gardner? Got all my officers dealt with. I got all the defense attorneys.
We haven't done him yet.
Okay. And Miss Lewis is in the breakout room still with Mr. Cheeto. She's in there 2 times. Goodness gracious, what are they talking about? Mr. Goss, let me find out what were the offers made to Miss Lisa Lewis? She's got 5 matters.
Lisa Lewis, 1 second, Your Honor.
Okay.
Judge.
Yeah.
On that Quentin Gordon that we just dealt with.
Yeah.
Which count did he plead on?
1.
Because that's a civil infraction, so it could be reduced to improper plate.
Huh. No plates. No plates is a civil infraction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That can be no. It shouldn't be changed to improper plates because improper plates is misdemeanor.
Okay, it would have to be expired plates. And so then he'd only have to pay $145. We'll just change it to expired plates. He'll find out when he goes online to pay it.
Oh, bad.
145?
Yeah, 145. Okay. All right, Mr. Cheeto, who are you ready with, sir?
Lisa Lewis is ready, but she's stuck in the breakout room. She's having trouble leaving the room.
She's been having trouble all morning long. Okay, let me see if I can get in there and tell her how to get out.
Your Honor, for Lisa Lewis, the city dismissed her charge, their charge, and the remaining charges are from the state.
Yeah.
What's the commercial motor vehicle? That's points, right? Expired plates, commercial motor vehicle.
Commercial motor vehicle.
All right, I told Ms. Lewis to hang up and zoom back in. She's not able to find the doggone thing. Okay.
Is there points for commercial motor vehicle? Expired plates, commercial motor vehicle?
I can check.
It can be commercial.
Mr. Cheeto, do you need to go to breakout room number 3, sir?
I can go, who's in there?
There's Cassandra O'Neill, Charles Lewis, Clifton Likes, Jeffrey Gottlet, and Lavert Gardner.
Okay.
I'm going to bring Mr. Lewis out because we're going to be dismissing his. So I'm going to go here. Yes.
Excuse me, Dante Goss. We're only dismissing the one matter. He has two.
I keep telling we don't have the drunk driving yet. We're dismissing what we have. We don't have the drunk driving here yet. Just unless it came through this morning.
Yeah, it's on the docket.
It's on the docket, Your Honor.
Let's take a look.
For Charles Lewis?
Where?
Right.
I see Charles Lewis, drunk driving, Charles set for trial this morning. So it finally came through because we didn't have it yesterday. We just had the CCW under the influence.
Right, that's why we put it over for today to put them together.
You got the CCW under the influence case number, or is it on that Z ticket as well?
Under the influence is a SP ticket.
And the CCW is SP 1103052.
Problem is one is at 8:30 and one is at 9 o'clock.
And the drunk driving charge is supposed to be a prelim, or even an arraignment. We haven't had any type of, I don't know why it's set for a charge.
Okay, all right. Well, let me just get Mr. Lewis out of the breakout room. And Mr. Cheeto, you're going to go back into breakout room number 3?
Yes. So breakout room number
Lewis.
3.
I'm
here now.
Miss Lewis is online.
Okay, well, just a moment.
You know why I was set for trial?
So
why I was set for trial? Because I was stressing out
yesterday.
Mr. Clerk, the expired plates for the non-commercial vehicle is 0 points, and the no plates is 0 points.
Okay, I was trying to make sure I had the right code that I had to input. I think it's 474.1. That's what I have to put in for expired plates. That's just expired plates, not a commercial vehicle, because it wasn't a commercial vehicle, right?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah, so 257-255. That's for expired plates. No points.
Yeah, that's the state. That's the MCL code. We look for a different code.
Okay.
Mr. Cheeto.
Yes.
Did you talk to Mr. Lewis regarding the other case?
So I haven't talked to Mr. Lewis at all.
Okay. We're offering him impaired on the DUI.
Right. Mr. Lewis is no longer in the breakout room. Go figure.
I'm here online with you guys.
No, Mr. Lewis is no longer in the breakout room. Okay. Now,
Sorry, I apologize.
Okay, People versus Charles Lewis. Mr. Lewis has 2 matters pending before the court this morning. And let's see, the first charge is, where is it? Oh, here we are. On file number Z8073131, Mr. Lewis is charged of operating while under the influence. I think this erroneously set for trial today. And Mr. Lewis, you have another matter pending before the court on SP 11030521, carrying a concealed weapon while under the influence. And sir, your name, please.
My name is Charles Lewis.
Okay, and for the people?
Dante Goss, P60162.
And for Mr. Lewis?
Ali Cheeto, P77614.
All right, Mr. Lewis, we were here yesterday and we were puzzled about the carrying a concealed weapon under the influence. And Mr. Goss?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, the city would like to dismiss this charge. The state has said that they will be reissuing that charge.
All right, so Mr. Lewis, basically, I'm going to dismiss the CCW under the influence. Because, I understand it could be issued as a city misdemeanor or as a state misdemeanor. Is that right, Mr. Goss?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the state would prefer to pursue this, so the city is moving to dismiss it. You will be hearing probably from the Wayne County prosecutor regarding the same charge that, or even, well, that would still be with the 36th District Court, is that right? Judge, who's doing state misdemeanors?
Judge King or Judge Giles?
Oh, is that right? I thought they're on preliminary.
it was going to Brian.
I thought there would be Judge Bryant, or is Judge Kevin Robinson also doing state misdemeanors?
No.
Yesterday I was told Brian.
Yeah. Judge Brian does the misdemeanors.
All right, so probably you'll get a notice from Judge Bryant courtroom, Lewis, for a future court date. But as of right now, the carrying a concealed weapon while under the influence is dismissed without prejudice. And then we have the drunk driving charge, and somehow it's gotten ahead of itself.
Your Honor, did the officer check in on the drunk driving charge?
That's a mistake. It shouldn't have been set for a pretrial.
Yeah, this matter just came through. It's never been set. I don't even think he's been arraigned on it. It was never set for pretrial. So we did not notify the officer to come in today. Really not supposed to be. Excuse me, Mr. Lewis, it's not supposed to be set for trial. Mr. Lewis, you wanted to say?
Yes, I came to my pretrial already, and I set it for a trial. Today was supposed to be the trial date.
No, sir, not on the drunk drive. This is the first time I'm seeing a drunk driving. I saw the CCW, but we are going to set this for a pretrial. And Mr. Goss,
because you guys offered me a plea to reduce it to driving while impaired, but my attorney advised me to take it to trial.
Who's your attorney?
It was a court-appointed attorney.
Oh, okay. Is that what the record reflects, Mr. Clerk?
I don't have no notation of that. All I know is
ROA, Mr. Lewis?
Say that one more time.
No, Mr. Clerk, would you pull up the ROA for Mr. Lewis?
I'm looking at it now. On September 17th, it was set for an arraignment. On that date, it was set for a pretrial. On 11/10/20, it was set for a pretrial. And on 11/10, it was set for a trial for December the 10th. And on December the 10th, it was rescheduled to February the 26th as a trial.
All right, that's today. All right, Mr. Lewis is absolutely correct. So, was Officer Benavides, like he was notified to be here? Did he sign in?
Officer Benavides. Officer Benavides has failed to appear.
Was he notified to be here, Mr. Clerk? Can you tell?
He was notified.
Okay, the matter is dismissed without prejudice. So, Mr. Lewis, right now, both matters are dismissed without prejudice. You can expect that CCW charge will be reinstated under state law, and probably the drunk driving will be, the officer will reissue the drunk driving, probably, because they won't bother with other cases to reissue, but they will bother with the drunk driving. So this, what I'm trying to tell you, Mr. Lewis, is this isn't the end. So don't go celebrating today, because all this stuff is probably going to be reissued. But as of right now, it's dismissed without prejudice.
Okay.
Did you post a bond, sir?
No.
Okay, you're all set. Just wait and till you get your new notices.
Okay.
All right. So you understand what's happened today, sir?
Yes. Do I get a chance to pick up my firearm, or it still stays down?
I have no idea what the procedure is to get your firearm back. None whatsoever.
All right.
Call the police department and ask them. I don't know. Mr. Goskin, you have any idea?
Your Honor, I believe she should call the police department because there's no cases at this point. So you need to call
Mr. Tito,
he'd have to contact the forfeiture department and see what paperwork he would need to find.
So that would be the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office.
Was he pulled over by
Detroit Police?
The Detroit Police? Yeah. So
they were both city charges, so it's most likely Detroit Police had.
The City of Detroit Forfeiture Department, Mr. Lewis, I don't know where to send you, but probably.
So either the Wayne County Prosecutor's office, the Forfeiture Division, or the Detroit Police Department, the forfeiture division.
Okay.
Okay, good luck with that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, and now we have Lisa Lewis on the phone ending 0920. Is that right?
Yes.
All right, People versus Lisa Lewis on file SP 8192231. Ms. Lewis has 5 matters pending before the court. This is the arraignment on the bench warrant on no driver's license, no insurance, another no driver's license and no insurance, and 1 no registration. And ma'am, your name, please.
Lisa Lewis.
And for Ms. Lewis.
Ali Cheeto, P77614.
And for the people.
Dante Goss, P60162.
All right, what are we doing with Ms. Lewis?
Your Honor, there is a recommendation to dismiss the city charge, which is 1 charge. The remaining charge are state charges.
Which charge, Mr. Goss?
It was 134658462.
That's the no insurance the people are moving to dismiss.
Actually, hold on.
Mr. Goss?
That was the state, because how the tickets are written, they all fell under state charges, Your Honor.
Wait a
So-
minute. Well, just a moment. So Ms. Lewis has 2 SP tickets, and then Mr. Clerk, these tickets starting 13,465. Are those 2013 tickets?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so those 3 are going to be dismissed unless they've already been disposed of, were they?
No, there wasn't.
All right, so those 3 are dismissed, and she owes $45 reinstatement fee on the 3 tickets that start 13. So we just have to deal with the other 2 SP tickets. That's no insurance, no registration. Are any of those city tickets?
No, Your Honor.
So she could be plead guilty to fail to display, and I'll dump the no insurance. Mr. Cheeto.
I spoke to Ms. Lewis and she did agree to that, if 1 charge is for failure to display and dismiss the other.
All right, Ms. Lewis, you understand that in pleading guilty, you are giving up your rights to a trial and all the rights you would have had you gone to trial.
Yes.
All right, Ms. Lewis, when did you receive this ticket? I just asked the clerk, when did she receive the SP ticket?
This December 2016, December 2nd.
All right, ma'am, on that date, were you driving in the city of Detroit without a valid driver's license?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to accept your guilty plea. Fines and costs are $265. Ms. Lewis, you also owe the Secretary of State 5 reinstatement fees. That's, I think, $225, 45 times 5. $225 for the Secretary of State, plus $265 for the 36th District Court. That's $490 altogether. Ms. Lewis, did you post a bond, ma'am?
I did.
How much was your bond?
$1,200.
We will apply your bond, and you'll get a refund of $710 unless you have some other open tickets. Do you?
I do. I have 2. I have two tickets.
All right, and what do they amount to?
If I'm not mistaken, they are $200 apiece.
Okay, are those civil infractions like running a red light, that
Yes.
sort of thing?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Clerk, we will apply your $1,200 to your open civil infractions. Mr.
I
Clerk.
don't have those. I don't have the open civil infractions.
Well, she got a $1,200 bond. I don't want to refund her money when she owes open civil
What
infractions.
is the case numbers on the civil infractions?
I have no idea. I just wondered why she had to post a $1,200 bond, and probably because she has some open civil infractions and then these 2013 misdemeanors.
Well, if they're open civil infractions, she could pay them, so I don't have to worry about that anyway.
Well, she
Because she can
wanted
pay-
Lewis, listen, she has $1,200. We have her $1,200
Right,
already.
we're gonna apply that. We're gonna apply her bond to the misdemeanors that's on the docket and the dismissals, and the rest, they can apply it to they can automatically apply it to the civil
All right.
infraction, you know.
Okay, well, that happened automatically because I don't want her to get all the money back when she still owes.
Yeah, they'll apply to anything that's open and it's civil
Okay.
infraction, so they don't have to go through us.
Okay, all right. So Ms. Lewis, the clerk is saying that those two civil infractions, you say they're $200 a piece?
Yes.
All right, then you, if we take the month of the 1,200, we take the 4 or whatever for the Secretary of State and this ticket, and then we apply another 4 toward those civil infractions, you'll still get a refund, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, so I'm just going to indicate apply bond and close.
Judge, do that mean that I can go apply for a license now?
I have no idea the status of your license. Do you have any open tickets anywhere else?
No.
Then contact the Secretary of State, make an appointment. They'll be better able to tell you if you are eligible for to get a license now.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. So everything's closed out today.
I don't know how quickly it be closed, but the bond will be applied to all your open tickets. If there's any money left over, it will be refunded to you through the mail. Or if you want to come down to the court and come into the building, of course, you'll be screened for COVID. Then you can probably get a check right then and there. Is that the way it works, Lewis?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Or you can wait.
Thank you.
The mail is running real slow.
Yeah,
Real
I know.
slow.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Judge.
You're welcome. And People versus Adam Gladden Jr. On file U48205218, Mr. Gladden charged with disorderly conduct. Mr. Gladden? Mr. Gladden, please unmute your phone, sir. Thank you. And on behalf of Mr. Gladden?
Yes. Ali Cheeto, P77614.
And sir, please place your name on the record. Mr. Gladden, say your name, sir.
Adam Dwight Gladden Jr.
Thank you. And there's been an offer made to Mr. Gladden.
Yes, Your Honor. And Mr. Gladden would like to take advantage of that plea recommendation, which is to plead guilty to the U ticket on a 3-month delayed sentence and to dismiss 2 other traffic tickets that are not on the docket, but they are in plea recommendation.
And what are they? What's the charge on them?
No insurance and no driver's license.
Well, I don't have those tickets.
I can give you the case numbers, Your
I
Honor.
don't want the case number. You can give it to the clerk, though.
Okay, it's SP 10523.
I already have them.
Okay.
How old are those tickets, Lewis?
April 6, 2020 and January 1st, 2020.
Okay. So the people are moving to dismiss those 2?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Gladden will probably have to pay a reinstatement fee to the Secretary of State on each of those charges. That's $90. And Mr.
Yeah, they're
Gladden,
both in warrant status. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, they both were in warrant status.
Okay. He has to pay 2 SOS fees. So that's $90 for the Secretary of State. Then Mr. Gladden, the prosecutor is offering you a delayed sentence, which means this morning you would give up your rights to a trial and plead guilty. If you comply with the court's orders, which is 2 things, pay a fine, stay out of trouble for 3 months, the matter would be dismissed. Is that your understanding, sir? Mr. Gladden, is that your understanding? You're frozen, Mr. Gladden.
Breaking up a little bit, but he said, yes, Your Honor.
I couldn't hear what he said. Mr. Gladden, you got a bad signal, sir.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hear me? I say, yes, I understand.
All right, Mr. Gladden, what did you do and when did you do it that causes you to plead guilty to disorderly conduct?
Your Honor, this disorderly conduct ticket happened in 2018, and Mr. Gladden doesn't remember what happened. So if we complete no contest.
Well, I have to find out what happened. No contest to what?
I don't have the ticket in front of me.
I don't either.
Yeah.
What did he do? Did he pee in public? Was he playing loud music? Was he causing a disturbance? It's 5 different ways you can be disorderly. What was he doing? Mr. Gladden.
Fighting with 2 other males.
Where? fighting?
Dante Garcia, Your Honor, he was fighting two other males in front of the listed address. He refused to stop fighting when told by officers. Tasers were deployed.
Oh, Mr. Gladden, you don't remember that? Being in a fight?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, Mr. Gladden, so were you in a fight on that day that the council just said?
November 24th, 2018.
Yes, I was.
All right, was that in the city of Detroit?
Yes, I was.
All right, Mr. Gladden, I'm going to accept your guilty plea on a 3-month delayed sentence. Sir, you have to pay $265 and stay out of trouble for the next 3 months. Is that going to be a problem?
No, that's not going to be a problem at all, man.
All right, Mr. Gladden, are you paying the $265 today, sir?
I can pay it by.
Oh, Lord, his car dropped.
He needed 2 weeks, Your Honor.
What is that, March the 12th? He'll call back in. Okay, I think March the 12th.
Here he is.
Mr. Gladden, you were asking for 2 weeks to pay?
Yes, 2 weeks.
All right, is that March the 12th?
Yes.
Okay, March the 12th, sir, you're all set.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Gladden, did you have a
Have a nice
bond,
day.
sir? Mr. Gladden, did you have a bond?
Only on, I had a bench warrant on some child support stuff, but
No.
yes, I'm out.
36th District Court, did you come down here and give us some money?
No.
Okay, well, okay, you got till March 12th to pay this then.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Mr. Cheeto, you have some people left in the breakout room. Are they ready to come out?
I'm gonna go speak to them quickly, Your Honor.
Okay, well, you're already in breakout room 3. Just put yourself back in there. Louis, did we get a report yet for Mr. Doozy?
I sent it to you, Judge.
Okay.
Monday's March 1st. Yep. Time flies. Yes. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Hey. Every day you're below ground is a good thing,
That is very true.
no matter how time goes.
Yeah. Sometimes when time moves too fast, you might crash and burn. So what's for lunch?
I'd like to try to get out of here early for lunch,
Okay.
for the day.
I hear you. I might give you the salad today. They got a big afternoon. Okay. Okay.
No TV. It's probably, don't worry about that. It's probably filed away in the file cabinet. No, that's just the overflow stuff you got. Rest of the files are in there. So you.
Oh, no, I just scrap.
Oh, you got them?
Yeah, this, I'm starting. I want to take care of money now.
This is a file.
This is all that's in there.
So it's no file.
No file.
You grabbed all money.
All Mondays.
What's the case?
SP 114
SP
114 581. Just grab the rear signal.
That's on the ticket you get.
Yeah.
LeVart Gardner?
Yes.
Yeah, put your phone on mute, sir.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you, John. Oh, I finished all.
Louis, did you send me a probation order for
On
Mr.
top of file cabinet? Okay, good. Look. Thank you.
Look. She
I'm sorry, Judge.
She was asked you sent for probation order.
Did you send me a probation order for Mr. Guzik?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
I think I got the assessment, but I don't see,
You got the what?
I got the assessment, the report, but I don't see a blank order,
Oh, a blank order.
You know.
No, I didn't.
Probation,
Okay, let me send that now.
okay.
This is the Monday by me. So I know there's some more.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sent, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Louis, I had a question. When you send these orders and they go in crooked, but I put in the information, does it come on does it transfer to the lines straight, or does it come on the lines crooked?
It transferred to the line straight.
Okay.
It's probably because the copy that I got is crooked.
Oh, okay. I didn't mean to ask you that.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna print out an official one and I'm gonna make copies of that, and then I'll send that one to you.
Okay.
Start doing that. Here you go, Counsel.
These are a lot of governor orders. A lot of those were just the governor's order.
Well, they probably closed. That wasn't the governor's.
No, I'm just saying the ones I'm looking at now.
Okay.
I got 4 already.
Give me those governor's orders. Well, we just
I'll separate them.
Yeah, separate them, but keep them in the file.
Right.
They probably already closed out, so they're probably not gonna show up on the document anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, so you don't have to put an offer on, don't include them in the offer. I mean, the bottom line is if you do it, it's, it ain't gonna hurt. If it's already closed, good. If it's not, it's because it's a government order, we know we're gonna close it anyway. Right. So.
Louis, is Mr. Guzik, he pled to OWDI? I I don't see it here on the.
We haven't heard this case, but the offer is a OWVI.
No, no, we have heard this case because this is the pre-sentence report. This
Right.
is a substance abuse assessment report. So this is the sentencing today.
Okay.
Did he plead to OWVI?
Yep. Well, let me look at the system.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
Okay, thank you. Right.
I'm hungry. I was 120 on that.
Miss O'Neill, you gotta mute your phone.
Okay. I'm trying.
All right.
So, oh, he knows not.
All right. Okay, Mr. Cheeto, I see that you are back with some of your clients. Is there anyone left in the breakout rooms? Mr. Guzik, I'm gonna go back and tell him to come out?
Mr. Guzik, I have not spoken to him. He wasn't in the same breakout room as everybody
Yeah,
else.
that's a sentencing. Have you received a copy of the pre-sentence report?
I have, Your Honor.
Okay, I have too. And so I've read it, and you need to go in the breakout room and discuss it with him after we get through with the other people.
Briefly.
Okay. All right. People versus Lavert Gardner. Mr. Gardner, unmute your phone, please, sir. This is file number SP 1095-3331 et al. Mr. Gardner has 1, 2, 3, 4 matters pending before the court: driving with no license, no insurance or registration, and improper license. Mr. Gardner, please unmute your phone and go into the light. I only see a big black blob. Unmute your phone, please, Mr. Gardner. All right, I see you now. Please get to the light and be still. You need to be still. All right. And on behalf of Mr. Gardner.
Ali Cheeto P77614.
Sir, your name, please.
Lavert Gardner.
All right. And Mr. Cheeto, we have some recommendations for Mr. Gardner.
Your Honor, these were all state charges.
Okay. So when was these tickets issued? Do we know?
For I think one was issued in July 2020. I think all of them were actually issued. 1, 2, 3. The first.
So he's going to plead to fail to display. We'll dismiss everything else. Mr. Gardner, there are no points added on your record for that matter. How do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
And the date that Mr. Cheeto said, were you driving in the city of Detroit without a valid driver's license?
Yes, ma'am.
What date was that again, Mr. Cheeto?
July 2nd, 2020.
Okay. And I'm going to accept your guilty plea to that matter, sir. The other tickets are dismissed. You might owe the Secretary of State 4 reinstatement fees, which would amount to $180, Mr. Gardner. Mr. Clerk, does he owe that to the Secretary of State?
We'll have to look it up, Judge.
Okay. So, Mr. Clerk, we amended the first count ending 3331 to the FTD. Everything else is dismissed. Mr. Gardner,
Nope.
I'm sorry, Clerk.
No SOS fees.
Okay, so you owe the 265, Mr. Gardner. Are you paying that today, sir?
I ain't got it. I owe 265.
Yes.
What that's for?
Mr. Gardner, I just said what it was for.
But I did pay one ticket online though, Miss Deborah. They silver infractions.
Mr. Gardner, are you high or on drugs or something? You need to get your act together.
I don't do. I don't do drugs.
Mr. Gardner, my name is Judge Langston. You may just address me as Judge Langston, but I'm not missing anything right now. Okay. I said the fine was $265. Mr. Gardner, are you paying that today?
No, ma'am.
What day can you pay this, sir?
I can pay it on April the 3rd.
All right, April the 3rd, Mr. Gardner. Don't forget to pay it, because if you do, there'll be a warrant issued for your arrest. You can pay it before April the 3rd, but April the 3rd is the last day. Any questions? Any questions?
No, ma'am. But where I'm paying it out to though?
36districtcourt.org, 36districtcourt.org, or you can use the DivDat machines that are in the Rite Aid stores. We also have a DivDat machine at the 36th District Court, or you can come down to the court and come inside after being screened and pay in person.
Yes, ma'am.
All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what date you gotta have this paid by?
April the 3rd.
You got it. I'm gonna remove you from the call, sir. Okay. And let's see, who else do we have? Cassandra O'Neill. People versus Cassandra O'Neill on file SX 37167741. It says this matter was adjourned for no ops. And ma'am, your name, please?
Cassandra O'Neill.
And for Miss O'Neill?
Ali Cheeto P77614.
Okay, what are we doing with this matter?
Your Honor, this is a state charge. Miss O'Neill would like to resolve it today.
All right, so we'll amend it to fail to display. No points offense, Miss O'Neill?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, and you understand that in pleading guilty, you are giving up your rights to a trial and all the rights you would have had you gone to trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Miss O'Neill or Mr. Cheeto, what was the date of the offense?
This was June 16, 2020.
Okay, ma'am, on that day, were you driving without a valid driver's license in the city of Detroit? Miss O'Neill?
I'm sorry, I had a call come in. I just hung it up. I'm sorry, what was that?
Were you driving without a valid driver's license that day in the city of Detroit? June 16th of 2020? Miss O'Neill, yes or no? Were you driving without a valid driver's license that day in the city of Detroit?
Yes, I was. I'm sorry, this call.
All right, I'm going to accept your guilty plea, ma'am. The fines and costs are $265. Are you paying that today?
I can pay it at the end of March. I just got back to work.
Ma'am, I need a specific day. March 26th, that's a month.
How about April 1st?
April 1st is fine.
Okay.
All right, you're all set, Miss O'Neill.
How much was the fine again? I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
$265.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
And
welcome.
I can use the DivDap app. Can I do that one?
You can use the DivDat app. You can come to the DivDat machine. You can pay online at 36. You can come down to the court and pay it in person.
Okay, I'll do the app. Thank you very much.
Today, you can also call in. You can also call in your payment as of today. They just sent us a note because some people, don't have transportation. They can't get to the DivDat machine. They don't know how to work a computer, but they have a phone, so they can call in. You can now call in your payment. Yay, 36 is on money. You can call it in over the phone, just like in the old days. We used to call and pay your credit card over the phone, Okay?
All right, thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right, if you want the number to call in the payment, you got a pencil?
Yes, I do. Go ahead.
855, so this is toll free, 855.
855.
798.
798.
1547.
1547. Okay.
24/7 service.
All right, and that's April. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Louis, remind me, or somebody remind me to tell people they can now call in their payments. That's great.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you to you.
Okay, Mr. Gottlieb, sir, Mr. Gottlieb.
Yes, Your Honor.
You through doing your exercises?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Did you forget I said we can see everything you're doing?
Yeah, you tickled me. Yeah, I see it. I see it. Yep, I heard you. I understand now.
I need to be doing some of the stuff you were doing, Mr. Gottlieb. Okay, people versus Jeffrey Gottlieb on file B 80307411. And I'm trying to figure out what is this charge, Mr. Cheeto?
This charge is from 2011. He pled guilty on it. I think there was just some money owed.
How much was owed?
$320.
Mr. Gottlieb, did you post the bond in that matter, sir?
Yes, I did.
And how much was your bond, Mr. Gottlieb? Goodlid, I'm sorry, Goodlid, right?
$200. Yes.
It was $200?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we recall this case while I go through his file? Because there's a lot of stuff in here. I need to figure out what's going on.
All right, well, we call Mr. Goodlid. In the meantime, we'll call people versus Clifton Likes. SP 10723671. Mr. Likes is charged with driving with no insurance. And your name, please, sir?
Clifton Likes.
Right.
Ali Cheeto P77614 on behalf of Mr. Likes.
Okay, was there an offer made to Mr. Likes?
Your Honor, this is a state charge for no insurance, but Mr. Likes did show me proof of his insurance on his vehicle.
All right, the matter is dismissed. When was the ticket issued, Mr. Likes?
I think it was the end of February last year, or
So
sometime in March.
you probably owe the Secretary of State a $45 reinstatement fee. Did you post a bond, sir?
No, ma'am.
Well, you need to go online and pay the Secretary of State. If not, anytime the officer stops you, they can issue you a ticket for driving suspended.
Okay.
Okay, you're all set.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Cheeto, while the clerk looks up Mr. Godlet's matters, I'm going to put you in the breakout room with Mr. Guzik. So
Okay.
that you can discuss the pre-sentence, the substance abuse assessment report, rather. He's in breakout room 4, so I'm going to move you to breakout room 4.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor?
Yes.
Yeah, what was the fine on that last person?
The last, it was nothing. It was dismissed.
Okay, sorry.
And Lewis is looking up Mr. Godlet's, Mr. Goodlet. I keep calling him Godlet, Mr. Goodlet's file.
Sorry.
All right.
Need a coffee break?
Sure do. Might need something stronger than coffee.
Dang.
Yeah, you have your Keurig. Your Keurig. Yeah.
Well, first thing I do, I have a cup of coffee in the morning, some yogurt, and some kind of bread to sustain me. Because if I come up here on an empty stomach, I'll send everybody to jail. When I have low blood sugar, I am so evil. Oh my Lord. I can't stand myself.
That is funny. Did you look at your phone, Judge?
My phone?
Yes.
No, what's on my phone?
Text.
Oh, what a cutie. Oh. Is that a little boy?
Judge, would you read that? Because I did say that though for a minute. You see anything that I wrote?
Oh yeah. Okay. First word. Duh. That's a little girl. But then it says ZZ. I'm like, huh? That's what confused. All right. What a cutie pie.
That's my pet name. You see the government name, so
it says Elizabeth, my grandbaby ZZ.
Yeah, and not Lizzie.
That's what threw me all off. I'm saying, ZZ, is that a girl or a boy? But then it says Elizabeth, my grandbaby ZZ, huh? Okay, I got you, duh. I'm the judge. I figured it out.
I know, but you know, I kind of made you have to change gears a little bit in this moment. So I understand. I know you would have gotten it the first time.
What a cutie.
I haven't seen her in a couple months. And so I went by yesterday and she's sitting up by herself. I was like, oh my God, she's growing. Time was just flying.
You ain't waiting for you or me. That's for sure. What a cutie.
Thank
you.
I said, wait a minute, no more bobblehead. So we don't, it's no more bobblehead and the back not strong enough. And oh my goodness.
Oh, look what this reputable character is roaming around in my courtroom. I see you, Carter.
Hey, Judge.
Hey, what's going on?
It's Friday.
Happy
Friday.
Yeah. You know what? If it wasn't for Lewis and them, this would be my last day of working.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
What? You know, Judge Blount resigned abruptly the other day. They still haven't put out any official message about that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Judge Nancy Blount.
Oh, okay.
Not Christopher, Nancy. So now the court is short 3 judges. And I had told Mechanical this was going to be my last day of work, and I was taking my next 2 months as vacation, like I didn't have any vacation last year. And that was for March, and I was going to take my vacation for this year in April. And then April 30th was going to be my last day. So technically, this was going to be my last day of working today. But when Nancy abruptly quit on Tuesday this week, that would have left the court down 4 So I said, I stay. And then everybody's like, he's stay and help the court, stay and help the court. So I'm going to stay a couple of extra months. So I'm still going to take the last 2 months off as vacation, but I'll be here during the month of March and April. And then in May and June, as my intention to take my vacation and end this career on June the 30th with a retirement date effective July 1st rather than May 1st. So I'll hang on a couple of extra months. But Nancy Blount just up abruptly on Monday gave the chief judge 24 hours notice that she was leaving. She's done. I got my theory as to why she left. I think those investigations are over. You know, with regard to those contracts that she did with the court administrator who is suing the court now. That's just my guess. I don't know for sure because I'm not privy to that information, but I don't understand why somebody with 38 years seniority on the bench just abruptly up and quit with 24 hours notice when I know that investigation is going on. So I'm just putting two and two together and coming up with 6.
Judge, let me give you some information before counsel come back on.
For Mr. Goodlet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, on the B ticket that's on the docket, he pled guilty on that. He owes $320. All right. Okay. There are.
Does he have a bond? Does he have a bond?
Oh, I didn't even check for a bond amount. But I can. Let me hold on.
Is that remaining in the park after dark? Is that what that ticket is?
Yep, use of a public street or alley for paid parking.
Parking in a public street or alley? Okay, I got you. All right. And that was adjudicated in 2011?
Yeah. 2011. Okay, so he has a couple of other matters. He already pled on failed to display. It's in a warrant status, but it's a 2011. I'm not really. I don't know if he.
Is there
looks like he
pled on it. Is there a fine on the FTD?
I don't even know why they put it in a warrant status because it looks like it might have been paid off. Let me run that one more time. See if there's a fine order on it. No, so that could be closed out. Remove the warrant and closed out.
Okay, so do that. Go ahead and do that. Remove the warrant, close out that FTD.
Close out. And he has an SP ticket. This is SP 1065365 count 1. This is February of 2020. Doesn't appear that he pled on that.
Yeah, and what's that SP again? 106536551?
106536551.
Okay, and that was for what? What's the charge?
The charge on that one is Joe while licensed not valid. It's in warrant status. He never pled on it. Then we also have SP 967524 count 1. That's in warrant status. He never pled on it, and it's a fail to display operator license.
When was it issued?
That was issued February 5th, 2019.
Okay.
And then the last one is 192161116 count 1. That's in warrant status, and it's still open. That's a no operator's license. And that one is January 2019.
Miss,
So
Your Honor, I think that's my son.
Yeah, Your Honor, I checked those tickets in the Register of Actions. All those tickets that the prosecutor listed We're for his son, different date of birth.
Yeah, that's my son.
What's the date of birth on those Goodlet tickets, Louis? SP
Okay.
one.
On the last three that the birthday on that one is 8789.
Yeah, that's my son. That's my son.
What's your date of birth, sir?
7769. All of them is my son. All of them.
Okay.
Okay, and then all those tickets I called out, Judge, appear to be his son. They put him in his file, so they felt, and the rest of the matters are closed out. And that one, I'll still go ahead and close it out. But the birthday on that one is 89 too. It should be closed out anyway.
Okay. So the three tickets you just rattled off, the no ops, a failed to display, and another no ops, all belong to Mr. Goodlet's son. His name is the same as yours, sir?
Yes.
Is
Middle
he-
name and last name.
So he's a junior?
Yes, he's deceased now, but
He's a what?
He says he's deceased.
he's
You have well, we might as well close those out. Mr. Goodlet, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't make up that lie. No parent would make up the lie that their
No,
child
no.
is deceased. That's a horrible thing. So we're
No,
going ahead. So when did he pass away, sir?
last year, September.
September 2020?
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
What was the
You're
cause
right.
of death, sir?
He got shot.
Was he murdered?
Yes, yes.
All right, and his date of birth once again was what?
87, I think 89.
You don't know for sure your son's birth date?
Yeah. I know the 87. I get the 89 and 90 mixed up. For some
Yeah, it's
reason.
89. It's 89.
Okay, all right, Louis, just dismiss
89.
just remove those matters from the system,
Okay.
indicating that the defendant is deceased.
Okay, so then that means we just got the one that he still owes fines on, and I don't see no bond amount.
So this is for Mr. Goodlet Senior.
Let me double check that. Yeah, this is 69. Yep.
Okay.
B
all right.
ticket. B
All right,
ticket.
this is the
Okay, we
ticket
straight
for
now.
2011, because his son would have only been, 2000, he would have been 2020.
30, 31 now.
No, 2011, about 20, 21 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Because Matthew's 88, and so he's like 30, blah, blah. So 1 year, okay.
Mhm.
All right, so let's go on the record. People versus Jeffrey Goodlet on file B 8030742411. This is a 2011 ticket, and Mr. Goodlet owes $320 on this matter. Is that right, Mr. Goodlet?
Yes. Yes.
And for-
Yes, Your
and for-
Honor.
And for Mr. Goodlet?
Ali Cheeto, P77614.
Okay. And we've determined that the other open tickets do not belong to Mr. Goodlet Senior. They belong to Mr. Goodlet Junior, who is deceased, and we are removing those matters from our computer record. So those three matters will be dismissed and closed, or at least closed. And Mr. Goodlet, sir, do you have a bond to court on this ticket?
I paid 200 on the bond, Your Honor.
All right, so is this the only ticket that Mr. Goodlet Senior has, Mr. Cheeto?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right,
After
we will
review.
we'll apply the bond to that $320, and I'll dismiss the rest of it, Louis. This is a 2011 ticket, so we'll take the bond and waive the remainder of the fine,
Okay.
and then close out the matter
Apply $200 bond.
and close it out. Forgive the rest.
Okay.
All right, Mr.
Appreciate
Goodlet,
it.
you're all set, sir.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm so very sorry about your son.
Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
All right, that leaves remaining people versus Matthew Guzik. And This is file C-8059-461. Today is the date for sentencing on the charge of operating while visibly impaired. And sir, would you please place your name on the record?
Matthew Guzik.
And for Mr. Guzik?
Ali Cheeto, P77614.
All right, Mr. Guzik pled guilty. I don't know what date this was. Was this January 19th, Mr. Guzik?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and I now have I asked for a pre-sentence report and I have the substance abuse assessment report in my hand. And Mr. Cheeto, you have an opportunity to review this with Mr. Guzik, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Are there any additions?
No, Your Honor.
Are there any corrections?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, and what would you like to say on Mr. Guzik's behalf before sentencing?
Your Honor, this is the first time he's been in trouble for driving while intoxicated. He is self-employed. He has his own landscaping company. No further additions, Your Honor.
I had a question about that, Mr. Guzik. According to Lara, that's the state licensing agency, that says that your company is not in good standing. What does that mean?
That means that I did not renew my LLC for the previous years, and I actually had the chance to get that all caught up actually last week. So for this spring, I'm going to be ready to rock and roll and, put this driving while intoxicated past me, and I don't plan on picking up any alcoholic beverages.
It's not going to be past you that quickly, though, Mr. Guzik. It's going.
I understand.
It's going to bite your heels for the next 9 months. It may be a problem. It may be a problem for you to drive. I don't know. Okay, so Mr. Guzik, let me see. I read the report, and it's kind of a mixed bag here. It looks like you've been drinking alcohol and smoking marijuana for a while. How old are you now, sir?
I am 27 years old.
Okay, it's time to grow up.
I hear you.
You're not currently on probation, but that you have been on probation for trying to make a buck, selling cars from your house and doing other things that you shouldn't do from your home. Alcohol, tobacco violation. You wanted to smoke when you were young, huh? Did you give it up? Are you still smoking?
No, ma'am. I'm all done with it.
Why'd you start smoking anyway?
Stupid, young and dumb.
I know that, but I just wondered, was it like peer pressure or
No,
smoking with drinking or what?
No, just being around, the wrong individuals.
They probably said the same thing about you.
Well, here I am.
We never think of ourselves as a bad influence, but we are.
And until you look in the mirror.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the probation department was recommending that I sentence you to 9 months probation and indicate that you cannot possess alcohol or marijuana. However, we got a new memo the other day indicating that we cannot prohibit people from smoking marijuana because it is now legal to have it, but it's not legal to drive under the influence. So I'm going to indicate that you cannot have any alcohol. No alcohol, no other illicit drugs. They want you to submit to random urinalysis 3 times a month and complete the alcohol highway safety education program, the mother drunk driving program, and the victims impact panel discussions. They want you to complete 40 hours of community service, and they indicated that the assessment fee had not been paid. Did you pay that $100 assessment fee, Mr. Guzik?
No, but I can pay it right now.
Okay, let me take a look, because I started your order while you were in the breakout room. Let me see what I have here. 9 months probation per their request. There are also some fines and costs, so you got to get to working pretty soon. I don't know exactly how much this adds up to, but the fine is $500. There's court costs of $190. There's $35 a month probation costs, and there would be a urinalysis cost, I think of $10 unless they've upped it, whenever they want you to drop.
That's fine. That's not a
All right,
problem.
Mr. Guzik, in addition, your community services, you're gonna cut some senior citizens grass when it starts growing for free. That's gonna be
Perfect.
your community service.
Beautiful.
All right, since you say you have your own, I'm sure there's some people that need their grass cut.
Oh yeah, I'll take care of them.
So let's see, how many hours of community service were they saying here?
40 hours, Your Honor.
40 hours of community service. So you got 40 lawns to cut.
We can make it happen.
Okay, that's gonna be your community service. Mr. Guzik, let me give you one warning of almost all the drunk drivers that come before me, almost all of them work in excess of 40 hours a week, and that's the problem. If you're working in, 50, 60 hours a week, you're working too much. You are not giving your body enough time to relax. We have to relax. Even dogs and cats and squirrels don't work all day.
Yes, I agree.
Dogs are the laziest animals around. They sleep more than a baby. The dog. But in any event, this is the thing. You cannot work 50, 60 hours a week when you're alcoholic, because you're not giving your body an opportunity to come home, drink 5 or 6 or 10 beers, I don't care, and not have to go somewhere.
I agree. Yes, I hear you.
You understand? Everybody has to relax some way or another, else we lose our minds. Some people drink, some people smoke, some people do other drugs, some people garden or cut grass or volunteer. We all do something to relieve our minds of the daily stress. You're just going to have to find a positive way to deal with that stress, and you cannot work in excess of 50 and 60 hours a week. It's just not going to work. Almost every alcoholic, every drunk driver that's come before me works in excess of 40 hours a week. You work in excess of 40 hours a week during the growing season, Mr. Guzik?
Absolutely.
But you can't do that. Is you just not, when you get home at 9 o'clock at night, you want to get buzzed. When are you going to sleep?
I agree.
You're going to sleep right past your alarm clock, because your body is all soaked up with alcohol. So you're going to give your body a chance to detox from the alcohol. I'm going to also have you Zoom into an AA meeting twice a week. Because I think if you already started this I don't think you were truthful with what you told the probation department either. Somebody that's been smoking marijuana since they were 18 or 19 for 8 or 9 years is smoking more than what you said. I know this for a fact. I do. There's no way. So I think you're underreporting your use. And you are, then you need to deal with that. But in the meantime, AA 2 times a week for 6 months. Okay, 40 hours of cutting grass. And where this offense was in Detroit?
Yeah, that was in Detroit on Woodward.
Okay, you're going to be cutting grass in Detroit. I'm going to add that in my order. Okay. And you have the fines and costs to pay. Mr. Guzik, any questions about the terms and conditions of your probation?
No, not really. One question though. I do have a medical marijuana card. I really don't plan on smoking.
I didn't say you could not smoke marijuana. That's the reason we can't prohibit you, especially if you have a medical marijuana card. We got that memo earlier this week indicating we cannot prohibit people from ingesting marijuana, especially if they have a medical marijuana card. All right. So if you test positive for marijuana, make sure it's not because you're driving, because you cannot drive buzzed.
Is there any way that you could let me cut grass for people in Dearborn?
No, because you didn't offend the people in Dearborn. You offended Detroit because you were drunk driving in Detroit.
That's right. Yeah, I understand it. Okay.
Okay. Now
Yes,
you can cut
ma'am,
grass for people. You can cut grass for people in Dearborn, but if you want to, but it's not going to count towards your community service. Now maybe they'll have you go around to some churches and cut the churches. I don't know how they're going to work it out, but we'll use your services.
Perfect. And then
Okay.
I'm just wondering on how to get directions for all this stuff that I gotta do.
Probation, you're going to report to the probation department and they're going to give you some more specific instructions. Okay?
Okay, and well,
You're only 27, 28 years old, you say?
yes,
It's time to get this under control because you've been a little out of control since you were a youth. Is that right?
that's correct.
It's time to grow up, Mr. Guzik. I don't know if you heard my standard lecture about the maturity of the human brain is not fully mature to about age 6, right up here, the frontal lobe, the part of the brain that says, do this, don't do that.
Yes, I understood what you
It
said.
regulates judgment. It's not fully mature to age 26. You're a year past that. It's time to grow up. And you might have, you've been drinking and drugging for a while. Your body is used to it. It's time to stop. So 9 months, I hope, will help you clear your head, Mr. Guzik, so that you don't have to go through this again. This is going to be very expensive, time consuming, embarrassing. But you're here to tell the story. And then, Mr. Guzik, if I'm still here, which I really hope I am not, when you come back for a review, you need to tell that judge something that you learned from one of those classes that you did not already know. Because there are going to be some things like, whoa, I didn't know that. You already know you're not supposed to drink and drive. You know that. So don't come back and tell me, well, I found out you're not supposed to drink and drive. You know something that when the instructor said it kind of made you sit up and was like, whoa, I didn't know that. That's what I want to know. Mr. Guzik, you are entitled to appeal my decision. If you wish to appeal, you must do so within 10 days. I'm going to give you a number to call the courtroom and we will direct you toward the probation department.
Okay, no problem. Yes, and I'll get that number from you guys today.
Yes, I'm going to give it to you now.
Perfect.
965 area code 313.
Hold on 1 second here. Let's see if I can do this on my phone. Okay, I'm ready. 313
965
965
2402. And you will speak with the clerk, Mr. Ratliff.
Mr. Ratliff?
Yeah, he hears it right now, so he'll be expecting your call. When would you like him to call, Lewis?
Now.
Okay, you're all set. Any questions,
Thank you.
sir?
No, ma'am. I appreciate you.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
Mr. Cheeto, we all done?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Great job, sir. Appreciate you.
It was a pleasure working in your courtroom, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Very good job.
You guys
Tell Roberta I said to send you back next week.
You have to call and tell her yourself, Lewis.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. You guys have a good weekend. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah.
All righty. Woo!
Off YouTube.
Alfreda, you don't want to volunteer to do this court no more.
Nah.
I don't know if it's any worse than any other courtrooms, though.
Judge, I need that order and we need to disconnect from YouTube.
Okay, I was working on the order already. You'll be having it in another couple of minutes. As soon as I add a couple